So, without further ado, let us get into session 18. So, last we left off, the party was prepping to make their way down to Pleoburg to see what was going on in Pleoburg. During their journey, they had an encounter with some monstrosity spider humanoids. The party, not surprisingly, dealt with it in a breeze. As not only did the party get to see two Hugbears in the battlefield at the same time, but we also get to saw Aiden get some combat experience. He even killed one of those spider creatures. Afterwards, the party eventually made their way down into Pleoburg, was able to get lodgings at the inn that was redeemed safe due to some rogue signs that Corra was able to successfully identify and locate. Once they made their way, they gathered information, whether it was by flirting with the barkeep or by talking with the blacksmith. And as the party senses that the cult that runs Pleoburg, they start to sense that they keep their ears open everywhere. And the party was informed that the following day they were to attend the church service that was happening midday. The party, and so that we get to the next morning, the party woke up. Hugbear ate all of their breakfast, and so they have to go back to the bakery shop, buy some more breakfast pastries. And this is where we're picking up. I know that I said that last week we're going to pick up at the church, but since there are two players missing, we're just going to see what happened during those 2 hours. And so we pick up with you guys standing outside of the bakery shop after you just bought your pastries. And you got 2 hours. What would you like to do?
Havoc.
You see the Hugbear goes, "Thank you guys for buying more of those baking pastries for me. They were really good." And starts to get over.
Nope. You're supposed to share with everyone.
Yeah, share with me, myself, and I.
Everyone means not Hugbear.
But then that's not everyone.
You can have one.
Fine. I suppose I have just one for now. And while pastries are getting sorted, you see the baker the pastries walks out, and she goes, "Excuse me, would you folks mind coming back in for a minute?" And as you guys, just don't know who's holding anyone know who was holding the pastries at this moment?
No.
I thought Corra had them.
Yeah, I think Corra had them.
Okay. So as you guys turn around, you guys hear a paper wrinkling sound as Hugbear has took the rest of the pastries and stormed off in a direction, and you see Corra chase after him like, "Hugbear, you get those back!" And goes after him. "We'll be back with the pastries, I promise!" And starts to run off.
Never gonna get a taste of pastry.
And you see the baker, after just looking at the scene, just goes, "Well, anyway, would you three mind coming in for a minute?"
Sure. What about?
There was an order that I left out for you. And she walks back in.
Oh.
So go in.
We'll
Same.
follow.
Alright, and so you guys are led in. And, you see the baker goes, So, it's... I take it that you lot are new here.
We're just visiting.
How can you tell?
Well, this is the first time I've seen you since... Well, actually, yesterday I met one of you.
Yes, Corra.
Yeah, and I was hoping to apologize to her, but I may have to send that message to her the next time I'm able to see her. But you may have noticed that the rulers of Pleoburg have eyes and ears almost everywhere.
How is that?
Well, let's just say that when your friend bought those pastries last night, she had an encounter with one of those rulers.
With the ruler, you said.
Yeah, you've probably seen them walking around, red robes, emblem with a...
How many are there?
I don't really know. It's kind of hard to tell if you're unsure if there's more of them or not, but I can't really give a number. Well, I have to say, if I have to estimate, I'll have to say less than 10. But those are just the ones in the red robes. And there are also those that join the group, and with some of them we barely hear from them. Some of them we do see them, but they're not the same as they were the last time we saw them.
How so?
Well, for instance, my neighbor's daughter was selected to be a part of this group, and they didn't hear from her for a couple of weeks. And eventually, she just at one point started walking around wearing those red robes. When her parents tried to talk to her, it's almost as if she didn't recognize them.
So why are you telling us this?
Well, mostly because, one, I know their patterns, and today they have one of their sermons, so very few of them are walking around, and they don't walk around towards my place around this time, so you guys are lucky.
Are we in danger?
Well, the sense of danger has always been around in Pleoburg. As long as you just follow the rules, you won't be noticed.
It's kind of hard not to notice a group of people with a Hugbear.
Yes, your friend is quite large. He just may be the second largest thing I've seen.
So, do you happen to know what is going on around here? Besides the potential mind erasing?
Not really, as far as I know. I try to stay out of these kind of situations because I don't want it to come back and bite me in the end, if you understand.
That's understandable.
There have been some people who been a little bit vocal against them, and they were asked to see their leader, and we never saw or heard from them. No notes, no bodies, just gone.
Can you... I forgot what I was gonna say.
I saw the sentence, but then the sentence left you.
Yup. My brain was like,
Smooth brain. No thought.
brain.
Shutting down.
At.exe is... I should probably launch the game. Yeah, let's do that.
Maybe.
A little bit.
I mean, it's an option. You don't really have to have roll 20 up. It's not like you may have an account or anything. You don't know.
I mean, you never know.
You never know. And you see the she goes, so if I were you, I would suggest you try to keep your nose out where it shouldn't be, or else your little friend group could go smaller.
Oh. Why do you say that?
Well, you two friends ran off. Who's to say they would return? Or maybe only one of them returns.
Corra and Hugbear always come back. They wouldn't leave us alone for too long. One of us might get kidnapped. She kind of like looks at Takari like out of the corner of her eye and then like looks away.
I sense there was meaning behind that statement, but I'm not going to ask.
Yeah. It's a long story.
I can tell.
Well, thank you for the information and for the warning. We will try not to cause trouble. We are just here traveling. Just because we've never been here before. It's like a vacation.
Well, you chose an interesting spot for a vacation, if I may say. Well, it's a lovely place, but currently,
Well,
how it's being run, you chose it at a interesting time.
I mean, what can you say? We're an interesting group of people.
Yes, you are. You're a variety of people. As she looks at Bob's fox ears. But
I'm not a people, I'm just a gnome.
I hope you were informed that you have to attend today's service.
We do?
Yes, everyone, even those who arrived that day, you have to attend the service. It is demanded by law.
And what happened?
You got off.
Let's just say the last person that missed service came back with a few marks on their body.
Marks? Like, what kind of marks?
Oh, you know, bruises, scratches, burns.
Well, that's not very nice.
What do they hope to gain by forcing people to go to a church service when they're not even from the town?
In my opinion, our cooperation, them having a ruling hand, I don't know. And they say they do this in the Chiron's name, but I wouldn't think he would enforce this kind of violence.
Is the Chiron a well-known deity in this world?
Oh, maybe not in the other districts, but he's very well known around here. He protected this town during the war. There were many other, well, long ago, Pleoburg itself was many districts. And the war slowly just destroyed each district that was within Pleoburg until we were the last one standing. And so our town took charge and claimed the rest of the district as ours, and the whole this whole patch of land became Pleoburg.
Have you ever seen the Chiron?
Oh, no. But I've heard stories. I've heard stories of his majestic look. Blessed would be the day that I would get to have my eyes look upon the mighty Chiron. Such beauty.
Onora's just gonna kind of glance off to the side, like,
Well, I hate to keep you out here too long, but I just wanted to make sure you guys were well informed.
Thank you. We appreciate the help.
It is no problem at all. Oh, actually, while you're here, could you do me a favor?
Depends
What
what
is
kind
that?
of favor.
Well, you see, the jeweler in this town has promised to help fix this this ruby necklace that I had, and it's been quite some time since I last heard from them. I was wondering if you could go check in on them.
Sure. Where is the jeweler?
Oh, and then she will give you directions of where to go. She says, oh, it's about 5 minutes south from here.
I mean, we have time before the church thing. We can go and look, right?
Might as well kill time somehow.
So Corra catches up with Hugbear and brings back my dessert.
So if you can go check on them and see where they stand with the necklace, that would be much appreciated.
And your name was again?
Eddie Big.
Thought I'm prepared for that.
Of course you were.
I've got my own shit to worry about, okay?
Can't give us quests from people without names, Kunzi.
My name is Nisa.
I'm Takari.
Bob.
And it's nice to meet you all. Well, probably won't need it, but good luck.
And you as well.
Thanks. You too.
So you guys make your way out of the bakery and start making your way down to the jewelry store, and I need people to make perception checks for me.
8.
I'm very perceptive often. See?
Would
I'm
you,
the most perceptive.
would you look at that?
Everything's frozen.
Hey, my barbarian might not be perceptive, but my druid sure the hell is.
But your druid, on the other hand. Ooh.
That +8 though.
Yeah, you rolled a natural 4 though.
I didn't. Okay.
Just wait on Takari's roll.
Did you pull a me and forgot to log into the Roll20?
No, they're in.
No, I mean it's just it's
There you
taking
go.
forever to just load. Oh, okay.
Alright. So as you guys are walking, you look around and you start to see that, well, everyone, the three of you see this. You notice that there aren't as many red-cloaked figures walking around as they were the previous day. And this is probably because of they're probably just getting ready for the sermon that's to come later today. But Takari and Bop, you guys look down in an alleyway. You see leaning against the wall. You see a sort of older-looking male wood elf. As he seems to be looking towards, he looks to be trying to signal you guys and wave you over.
Is he good looking?
You don't notice this, Onora.
She's gonna point him out to Onora because without Corra, she needs someone who's.
She needs an adult.
She needs an adult.
I need an adult.
I didn't want to say it. She needs an adult.
Needs an adult.
I need an adult. We all need adults. Onora, you look up and you realize that's Emerald.
Okay. She's gonna go. She's gonna.
So yeah,
She's gonna.
when Emerald sees you look up, he's gonna be like, "Come on, come over here."
She's gonna
Alright.
like.
Is following Bob and Onora, making sure kind of no one else is watching us going into the alley.
You don't see any red cloaked figures, so you're good by the looks of it.
Honora's gonna face palm. She's just gonna like put her head in her face, and then shoot him the darkest glare. Like if looks could kill the man, would be dead glare.
Would my 25 be well enough to recognize that he not only wants all of us to follow, but specifically recognizes Onora and wants her to follow?
I guess you.
Do you know that man?
You get a sense that he knows one of you.
Unfortunately.
Okay, so she's just gonna bolt. Just start walking towards him. If Onora knows him and doesn't seem scared, then she's just gonna go.
Onora is going to quickly walk over, but still in a calmly fashion,
Alright.
in case there's anyone nearby.
Yep. Okay, so you guys walk over towards Emerald. You guys get into the in the alleyway. He says, and he says, "Good, you're all here. Well, there was always only 3 of you."
No, 2 of
the other
our
2
idiots have
are
run off.
preoccupied.
I see. Well,
I'm Bob.
hi. I'm Emerald.
Hi.
I'm Takari.
Nice to meet you.
Hi, I'm Onora.
Well, I
I
already
just learned her past recently.
look. I said I was sorry. Okay.
Still doesn't change the fact you didn't tell me.
Anyway, so so how cut up are you guys with what's going on here?
We have
Or
a decent knowledge to a degree.
There's an
have
evil
been.
cult.
Yes, Bob. There's an evil cult. I have personally been contacted by the Kyrin multiple times at this point.
You've spoken to him?
Yes.
Well, you are the daughter of the last protector, so it would make sense that you would have telepathic capabilities with him.
Things do seem to be making sense now.
So, who...
What are you doing here?
I was investigating. I was seeing if I can...
You said you went back home.
I did. I only just arrived.
When?
This morning, like 2 or 3 hours ago.
I see. How did you know where to find us?
Oh, no, I didn't. I just saw you.
Luck. Got it. I guess you did always have the drunkard's luck of the draw.
That's one of my only good skills is pure dumb luck.
Well, what have you been investigating? What have you found out?
Not much, but well, there's the stuff that I've already told you, but what I've learned this morning, I heard there was a service?
Sermon of sorts. Most likely directed by the Holton themselves.
Right, I heard that, not necessarily the leader, but the main spokesman, is who gives the sermons.
We're going to assume it's the Rising Star that's behind them.
More than likely, yes, I'm thinking of that as well.
The leader themselves is female. But it seems that people are very anxious to give the information that they are a female.
Well, based off what I heard, she's very intimidating, both magically and physically. So she does give this presence, is what I've heard. But that's about as much as I know.
So relatively about the same as we do.
Sounds about it, yeah. Who have you guys talked to since you got here?
A baker, a shopkeeper.
And the blacksmith.
Oh yes, and then...
Oh, okay, so you met half-elf, right?
I believe so. And a kobold.
And the innkeeper. Okay. Well, luckily you do have the kobold, who is who's not necessarily a leader, but is a member of the Thieves Guild. But Kobold Rontum, he's sort of like a one-man band, where he's practically the only member. Whatever.
The only member? Why?
Based off what I've heard, whatever Thieves Guild there was, the Rising Star found them.
What happened to them?
After the events of what happened to your parents, Onora, I've heard that during the first 5 years of during their rule, they've been slowly picking off. They were slowly picking off the Thieves Guild that was living in Pleoburg one by one. And so Ron Tom was the last person to join the Thieves Guild before they stopped taking in members. So it's very important for him to really stay undercover.
Well, yes, I mean, I would suppose so if you're being hunted.
And luckily for him, the Thieves Guild had a tome in which they would have the names of the members down, and his name did, and just as he joined, lucky for him, his name didn't get in the book before the Rising Star got their hands on the book.
The Rising Star has a hand on the Thieves Guild book.
Well, like I said, he is. That's why I said he's the last member now. So, I would think that that book is not useless to them.
Theoretically, unless there's something else in it that they're still trying to decipher.
Could be, we don't know. But that book has been long gone.
Okay, well, I do know that the sermon itself starts in a couple of hours. We were headed towards a jeweler of some sort. The baker's woman wanted us to go check up on them about some ruby necklace.
Alright, well, at least you have something to do, because let's be honest, it's boring as fuck. This town's boring as fuck.
Not like you did anything at home besides drink itself.
Good point. So, I say we split up so that they don't see any suspicion that the group of adventurers that drove in yesterday suddenly has another member. So I'm just going to remain hiding and watching out. You may see me in the church, but if you do, don't try to interact with me.
Peace be with you, Emerald.
So with you. Good luck. And he leaves you guys in the alleyway.
Oh.
Stubborn old man. Always going to get us into trouble.
Not your dad.
In a way, he's the one who raised me. Kind of like how Arle raised you.
Arle found me. I was already kind of raised.
Well, it's similar. You could say Emerald found me. Well, let's get going. And she's gonna go ahead and drag the two of them. She's gonna grab Bop by the hand and Takari by the shirt, because she knows Corra's gonna not be happy if somebody gets taken again. She drags them both to the jeweler's.
All right.
I'm like skipping along behind her.
We see Bob
like a little kid.
We see Bob enjoying her walk, but on the other side we see two heel paths. We see two dug-in marks are being paved into the ground as Takari's heels are being dragged. And she says, "I can't walk, you know."
Yes, but you have a habit of wandering off, so...
It was just one time!
Do not make me get a leash. I will leash you both.
I'm starting to think I'm the only sane one here. Anyway, and so you guys make your way towards the
Making my way in town, walking faster.
And copyright.
Nah, we're fine. It's a meme. They like memes. We're good.
Memes.
And so eventually you guys reach the jeweler store.
Ow, water.
And you walk in and you see that initially it's a bit of a mess. That just mostly like the few like of like the two chairs there, you see one of them is plopped down. You see there's papers scattered. You see things have been knocked over.
Hello? Is anybody home?
No response.
Nora's gonna go in and she's going to rummage around till she can see if she can find it.
Alright. Make an investigation check.
Oh,
you don't see anything, but you do find a back a door that leads to another room, and it's closed.
is it locked?
No, you actually go to touch the door, and it's not even closed.
I walk right in.
Oh.
You walk in, you have dark vision, right? So in the dark, you just see you hear a voice go, "What the fuck? Who the fuck are you?"
I am the god. You are dead.
Bullshit.
No, I'm just a wary traveler who is sent here to come check on you. I am assuming you're the jeweler?
Yeah. A jeweler whose head feels fuzzy, but jeweler nonetheless.
Hangover. Rough night last night.
Maybe.
Hold on, let me check something real quick.
Up hearing the voices is gonna walk into that room too and be like, "Who tore up your shop?"
Theoretically, with her herbalism kit, could she totally make a hangover remedy?
Why wouldn't she have done this before?
I will let you do a do you have an alchemist kit?
An alchemist kit?
She's got she probably has
I said an herbalist kit.
Oh, herbalist kit.
Yeah.
I'll let you do a check. I'll let you do a check where you roll a d20 and add your proficiency. Actually.
Or a medicine check? Would that be a medicine check?
Yeah. I'll say do a medicine check and see if you can make one. 14. Yeah, you do manage to, you look around, you see a few good ingredients, and you manage to, make something out of it.
All I would need is just chamomile and peppermint and some hot water.
Yep, and that's what exactly you find. As you get some hot water running, you find your peppermint, you find your other ingredients, and you put them together and put them in a vial, and now you have one vial of hangover remedy.
Hangover remedy.
Chamomile, peppermint, and ginger.
Where was that when I needed it?
If you really want to wake them up, just add a drop of hot sauce.
Or pickle juice.
Exactly.
You know, everybody has that one hangover thing. Mine was French fries.
I've never had a hangover.
Oh, good for you.
Had one that
A lot of cadaver.
Okay. She's gonna walk right in and shove the vial in his face, say, "Here, drink this."
Greasy food is good for
So are you giving it to the
jeweler who's hungover currently.
Okay. Alright, so you walk over and you I think I already told you this, but it's a human. And you see that he takes the vial and just he goes, "What the fuck is this?"
It's a tea, technically. It'll help you.
Sorry.
And he goes, "Alright," and takes a sip, takes a drink from it. Ah!
It's strong. I forgot to mention that.
Thanks for the heads up. And so
Wish you won't feel like crap anymore.
He just... Okay, my head is starting to not feel as fuzzy. Give me 2 minutes. I'll be right out. Just get out of my room.
Well, hurry up, because we have other things we need to do.
I know. And closes the door behind you.
Can Bob roll investigation and see if she can find, like, something in the store to, like, pick up and look at?
Yeah, sure.
Store,
Sure, make a perception check. See if you find anything interesting.
Perception.
Can I look around to see if I can't find a jeweled...
We'll get to that. What was that, Takari?
I wanted to look around to see if there was a jeweled horn.
A jeweled horn?
Yeah.
Sure, make a perception check. Perception or investigation.
Pop at 20.
Okay, and you were just looking around to see if you find anything interesting? You look around, and what you do see you see there is a necklace which sort of looks like just like a golden chain, but you see it's like there's sort of these orange beads that come out of them.
Okay.
As for that jeweled horn, am I presuming this is for a spell? Yeah, you do find a jeweled horn.
That you'll probably be able to afford it anyway.
I doubt it.
May I ask what spell this is for?
Clairvoyance.
Clairvoyance, okay.
What? Who said that?
Because I already have the glass eye.
Yep, I know that. Because I believe you got that from the lizard folk that was near the, Okay.
Steal it! What?
Right? My thoughts exactly, honestly. That's what I'm about to try and do with that necklace.
Hey, I found the necklace.
Nicholas?
I think I know exactly which necklace you're describing too.
Actually, you know what? She does. Can I cast detect magic on?
You sure can.
Detect magic.
Alright, so you cast Detect Magic, and, so this is sort of the only magical thing that you sense from this shop, and you sense that, Detect Magic from the... You do sense a little bit of, evocation magic from this necklace.
She is going to show it to Onora because that's not the kind of magic she works with, so she wouldn't understand it.
I, as a player, thinks I know what it is. Can I roll Arcana or something to see if I can determine
You can make an Arcana
is?
check, yeah.
Can I cast invisibility on myself and then try to steal the jewel.
We're hanging around Corra too much.
He's not out here. Just put it in your pocket, you noob.
I mean, the door is closed. The human doesn't see you.
He doesn't have cameras.
I rolled an 8.
It's not a K Jewelers.
18.
Okay, fine. Do you want me to make a sleight of hand check then?
Yeah. I'll make a.
At advantage because he's not even in the room.
Make it on a hand check with advantage because he's not seeing the situation.
And we're not gonna say anything, like...
16. Good to know. And so, based on the 18, you have heard rumors of a necklace in which if you use one of its jewelries, it would summon a fireball.
I knew it. I only knew that
In which I'm just
because
gonna do a roll to myself here. Hold on.
oh boy, I'm so proud of myself.
You look at the beads and you count. Not a lie. You see there are 4 beads.
Crappy roll, Quincy. Awful. Okay. Well, I mean that's 4 more than I have. Sleight of hand with advantage.
Sure. Go ahead. Fuck me. So 16 and a dirty 20. Good to know.
It's a 12 and a dirty 20. Oh, 16 for Takari's. Gotcha.
Yeah. So, Onora, why don't you go ahead and add necklace of fireball. If it's add necklace of fireball to your inventory, and it has 4 beads. And just know that these beads do not come back. That basically you use up the necklace is gone forever.
Fireball necklace, fire.
You rolled a 1 on the d6?
Yep. I rolled a 1. So,
Wow.
I'm going well.
Well, I mean, it's better than nothing.
Alright, and so, so moments later after you pull a Corra while she's not here, you see the human walks out and says, sorry about that. Don't mind the mess. I was a little bit disoriented when I walked in and knocked over a few things. I'll fix all that later. So, what did you want?
The baker told us to check on you regarding a ruby necklace or something.
Oh, right. I forgot about that.
I'm sure she'll be thrilled to hear that.
Well, actually, I meant I forgot to give it back to her. Hold on. And you see, he goes under his he goes back behind his counter and ducks down. You see a few boxes. You see a few items being moved around. He goes, okay. And you see he pulls out a small black box. And he goes, well, yeah, I have it. I finished it yesterday. Yesterday? 2 days ago. 2 days ago? I finished it. I did. And places the box down and says, So, you here to deliver this to her then, I presume?
I mean, we can take it over there, yeah.
Alright, well, if you go to hand this to her, next time tell her that she needs to not wear it while she's cooking it.
Okay. Bob will reach out for the box.
Alright, and so...
Yeah. I have the box now.
yeah, so now you have... He goes to give the box to you guys, and then he pulls it back and it says... You know, if you're interested in those items you have, I could have given you a discount.
What are you talking about?
Last time I checked, there were two other items in this room. One was a horn, and then another one was a 4-beaded necklace. And now you arrive, and it's not here anymore.
Well, I can assure you, when we walked in, there was no such thing. Although, as a drunk such as yourself, who leaves their shop quite unattended, it wouldn't surprise me if somebody were to snatch something like that. They sound rather rich, if you were.
Make a deception check.
Bob's just not gonna say no.
Papa's not involved in this.
All she did was find the thing. She didn't
Where's
actually
Corra
kill
when
it.
you need her?
Okay, 20.
You muted yourself, Kiki.
That dirty 20.
Hey, you said it.
I said the thing.
The thing!
Alright, he looks to you, squints his eyes, and he says, "The one time I leave my door open, some idiot gets in my shop."
See, this is why you don't drink when your shop is open. I should know. My father is a drunk of the sorts.
Well,
That's mine, but that's another story for another time.
Well, has your father's shop their shop ever been robbed?
And Nora's just gonna start laughing.
I don't have a father, I don't know.
Well, if
Oh,
you
in
count
our
an
land.
actual person being taken, then yeah.
Alright,
Two people.
you just look.
Sorry,
Sorry.
your dad lost 2 kids.
More than once.
Anyway,
Why we don't wander off, Takari.
I didn't wander off. I was in the tavern and you guys left me.
While there are drink, Bob's gonna wander off.
you weren't wandering.
And no, Onora's gonna snag Bop.
You weren't wandering around alone in Pleoburg, were you?
No.
Part-
Okay, good. You should be fine.
Bob tries to
Okay.
wander off. And
Well,
just gets
You can wa-
Onora's gonna have Bop by the back of the shirt because all she can hear is Cora's lecturing in the back of her head. And she's gonna turn, nod her head, and she's gonna say with a sweet smile, she's gonna be like, "Well, I suppose we better return to the baker. Box?"
Is reluctantly the human hands over the box.
And she's gonna take it, nod again, have a good day, and she's gonna walk.
Whatever.
And Takari's gonna follow.
Oh, and she's gonna peek back into the store or through the door. "You're welcome for the remedy, by the way," and then walk out.
Last time, as you're leaving, you hear the jeweler just mutter to himself, "I may have to quit drinking," and and you guys leave.
We have done him a favor.
That deception roll, though.
If you were to have failed, I would have had two spells prepared.
I gave him a low. I'll explain it later.
Bob would have been so upset if y'all would have killed him. So
No, I wasn't gonna kill him.
No, it's called
Who said anything about
suggestion
killing him?
or like, friend bullshit. Like, it's called sweet words.
It's called influence.
I said charm person.
That too.
Charm person. I have charm.
There you go. I couldn't think of the friggin' name, but yeah. Beautiful. Those rolls, though.
Charm person and suggestion.
You're
Christ.
after they're like way down the street and all like blocks down closer to the baker, she's gonna lean in closer to Takari and say, "You're welcome."
Thank you.
And then they make it back to the bakery.
So you guys, do you guys do anything on your journey between the jeweler and the baker?
And the candlestick maker?
Pop repeatedly tries to like wander off because she sees stuff and wants to look at it. Every time there's a new shop that she's never seen before, Bob's gonna kind of wander a little bit off towards it, like a kid.
Onora? Yeah. Onora's gonna keep her hand like grasped on the back of her shirt. She's also gonna make sure to keep the hood up on the cloak.
Alright. Alright.
Takari also has her hood up too.
Bop, she's popping it out.
Bob is exposed.
Bop is so...
She's a child.
She doesn't hide who she is. She doesn't hide her ears. She
Who
doesn't hide her tail.
who would suspect a child?
She alters all of her clothes to make sure that her like tail can fit through a hole so that she can just have her tail swinging. Hot.
What kind of clothes does Bop wear?
Normally Bop wears like a long tunic shirt and some brown pants. But right now she was in her church dress, the dress that we bought to go to the fancy ball thing.
Oh yeah, that's right.
The purple dress. She's in like a little purple.
The dress she bought in Jesmium.
Yeah. She's in a pretty purple dress. It's flowy. Sparkly.
Fabulous.
She's 10. I mean, she's technically 21, but that's gnomes live for like
She's 21, but she acts like she's
100
10.
years. Like gnomes live like to be like 100 and something.
Gnomes live for a long time.
Yeah, so she's technically still a child
Yeah, theoretically.
to an extent. Especially since she was locked in a cage her whole life. She doesn't have experiences. Except for the ones y'all haven't instigated into her life.
Bob is starting to see her friends, her allies' true colors.
Bob doesn't understand that what they're doing when they do something illegal is wrong. She just figures.
I blame Corra.
She figures she trusts them. She trusts them to keep her safe and to keep each other safe and to be a part of her family. That she's just going to go along with whatever they do.
All right.
The sweet bean.
She's innocent.
Unless a little bean. She's going to pull Aiden out of her pocket and pet him.
All right, and so you guys reach the bakery, and you walk in, and you see the. She goes. Oh, I see you're back. That was that was rather quick.
Doesn't take long to get a box, and she's gonna hand her the box.
Ooh. And she takes it and opens it. Well, thank you very much. I needed to get it cleaned because it fell into some batter.
Yeah. The jeweler said not to wear it when you're cooking.
That's probably a smart idea. That's just. I guess I'll wear it when I'm not baking. And she says, she puts the box away and she says, "Since you're here, could you do me another favor?"
Sure, might as well.
Would you mind? Would you mind taking this dagger into to to the smith when you can. It's a little dull, and I need it sharp. If I can have it sharpened up, that'll be much preferred.
Sure, we can do that.
Don't we normally get paid for this sort of stuff?
Normally.
We're starting to
we're
wonder the same thing, and she's gonna give the baker like a very side-eyed look.
Oh, I'm sorry about that. Here, she goes under the drawer and pulls out a few coins. She says, here's 10 gold for your trouble.
How about free breakfast for while we're in Pleoburg?
I could do that. I mean, everyone practically buys, so as long as your big friend doesn't eat up half of my store, I should be fine.
I have to be right back. Give me just a second.
Okay.
We'll try to keep him away from your food.
Well, I guess trying is the best you can do. All right, so
He is a bugbear after all.
he's a rather large creature, as I mentioned previously. How did they get so tall?
I'm wondering the same question.
Like, I heard that they were cousins to goblins, which, how, like, and you see her hand, it goes, like, to, like, a goblin's height size, it goes, like, how?
I don't know, just like giants are weird, too.
Does anything happen? How am I a gnome with ears and a tail?
Oh, I thought, forgive me, I thought you were a changeling.
Nope, I'm just a gnome.
Oh. And I see that you took I see that your favorite animal is a fox?
No, I was a fox for a very long time.
Oh. Forgive me for asking if it was too sensitive.
I don't mind.
Okay, well, take the 20 gold anyway for the first job, and then for this one I'll say, sure, for your remaining time here, free breakfast as long as your friend doesn't eat up the store.
Okay.
And this should be the last thing from me.
That's fine. Takari will lead Bob to kind of where the blacksmith was. Or do you want me to roll to see if I remember where that's at?
No, I'll say you remember it.
With Onora until like all three of us will go.
Leaves Onora behind.
Leaves Onora behind.
Well, we'll see how she feels.
Oh, we drug Takari around. We'll drag Onora around now.
Yeah, sorry about that.
Okay.
My dog got into stuff, and then my mom gave me a plate of food.
Okay.
At some point, we're gonna have to drag Bop around because she's gotta make dinner.
We'll just tie her to a little rope, use a rope trick, and tie her around Takari's waist, and there you go.
And there you go.
I don't know why people gotta eat every day.
Why do people eat? God.
So blacksmith, we go to the blacksmith.
Yep.
All right. And so you guys eventually you're led by Takari to see the blacksmith, and you walk in, and you see the door is locked. The door into the shop is locked.
Can I pick it with a knife?
I was gonna cast knock, but okay.
I was just gonna knock.
Onora, make a dexterity check.
Why we always gotta pick locks? Why can't we just Hufflepuff our way in and knock?
I was gonna use a knock. If it was a spell.
You were gonna use the spell knock that opens the door without permission.
Exactly.
Onora, you try to. You can't seem to find the right angle to pick the lock with your dagger.
Blasphemy.
Just as you were thinking, this isn't gonna work, the door just suddenly opens as Takari's knock spell has.
Oh, I was just saying I was gonna do it. I didn't say I.
Oh, okay. Sorry, I thought you said you were still gonna do it.
No.
Door's still closed.
Bob is gonna knock on the door politely like a normal person.
All right.
I don't know, probably.
All right. So you knock on the door. 3 seconds.
Hello?
3 seconds go by. 6 seconds go by.
No!
10 seconds go by.
I think they're dead.
No response.
Now Takari's gonna use knock.
And the door opens.
She's gonna call out. Is anybody here?
Do you
Doesn't hear anything that she's gonna stealth.
make a stealth check?
I apologize. Are we at the blacksmith?
Yes.
Yep.
Okay, thank
19.
Yeah.
And you sneak your way in. The place looks the same as when you last saw it. At least just from initial look.
Bob is also gonna stealth as she walks in.
Go ahead.
19.
All right. You do.
Does it look like if the blacksmith is there or not?
You don't see anyone initially. You can make a perception check if you want.
Cool, I'm gonna do that.
Is Onora just gonna hang outside?
you.
Muted.
Onora.
No, you're good. Never mind.
Onora.
You see your two friends quietly walk into the blacksmith shop.
He's going to cast Detect Magic.
All right. You cast Detect Magic. You don't really sense any magic. You don't sense any magic from the shop.
I am going to attempt to stealth. Not that I can ever stealth, but I will attempt to stealth.
Go ahead. 13. All right. You walk in quietly.
Bob would like to investigate the area and see if she can't find a person.
Go ahead, make an investigation check.
Can I as well?
You can do so as well.
22!
Alright. Onora, you don't notice anything. Takari, you don't find anyone either, but Bob, you notice that you look around, you notice you look at the ground, you see there is a on the floor there's a stained spot on a wooden floor, and you take a look closer to it. The stained spot is a glimpse of it has like a hint of red to it.
She's gonna sniff it.
Alright,
Fox nose.
Make a perception check with advantage.
I don't use that kind of stuff very often, but she does have fox senses. Nat 20, baby.
It's blood.
I think someone's dead.
Specifically, you know it's type AB.
It's type AB. It came from a gash in his forehead.
Thank you for the sudden random bout of knowledge making me choke on my ice cream.
She rolled a nat 20. I had to give her something else.
She's gonna turn to them, and since she's pretty sure there's nobody in the shop anymore, she's gonna say out loud that it's blood. I think something happened to the blacksmith.
Can I roll a medicine check to see how long, how old that blood looks?
Yeah, sure, go ahead. Yeah, sure. Make a medicine. Make a medicine check to see. Go ahead.
Bob knows everything about this blood. Just ask.
15. Look to be before sunrise.
So today. Okay.
You said some point during the evening.
So after they saw him yesterday, but he died because he helped Takari.
Could Takari make a survival check to see if there is any other trail?
Yeah, go ahead. Make a survival check.
I was just gonna ask the same.
Alright, 15. You barely see a faint trail that leads out to the back of the shop, where there's another door that leads outside.
Takari's gonna go over that way.
Alright, and so
Onora's gonna follow, grabbing Bop and dragging her along.
Should I turn into a dog again?
I'm gonna leash you.
No, I could swallow the trail if I was a dog.
I'm still gonna leash you.
Okay. Like, she's asking, should she use wild shape and actually transform into a dog to help us find this? I wasn't being facetious, Kiki.
Alright, and so are you turning into a dog or not, Bob?
Well, she was asking if they thought that it would be a good idea.
You can. It might be easier for us to track or follow a trail.
Hey, well, considering last time she became a dog, she got blood all over her clothes when she came back. She's gonna go off into a corner, take her pretty dress off, put it in her pack, and then transform into a dog.
Alright. And, yep, you see Bob go around the corner. A few seconds later, you see a Mastiff come around with fox ears.
It's a fox ear.
A mastiff with fox ears.
What would that look like?
A mastiff with fox
A
ears?
Mastiff with fox ears.
Somebody needs to draw that for me.
Alright, bet.
Alright, and so, Takari leads you guys through the back door, leads outside, and,
I'm gonna sniff the ground.
I'll say...
I'm gonna tell you, I'm gonna use my rope and create a collar and so I can leash her.
Bob, I'll say this, with your natural 20, you smelled the direction, before you even turned into a dog, you smelled the direction of which the blood was going.
She's gonna pull in the direction that it should be going and try to go that way.
Alright, so how...
Follow.
Alright, so... Alright, if you guys... Are you guys just gonna follow the trail bluntly, or are you gonna try to hide the fact you're trying to follow the trail?
I'm actually gonna choose where to go. This is why I should just... Never mind, I found it.
And that's why you should.
So, I'm gonna cast non-detection on...
Would you mind?
I can display it real quick.
I don't think I've heard this spell. For the duration, you hide a target that you touch from divination magic. The target can be a willing creature or a place or an object no larger than 10 feet. A dimension.
That doesn't stop people from seeing you, though, honey.
Do you have a pinch of diamond dust worth 25 gold pieces?
I have a component pouch, so...
But component pouches only cover... Sure, I'll say in this instance that you happen to have the pinch of dust. But, in my opinion...
Otherwise, I can go back to the jeweler and ask him for a pinch of dust.
I think you took enough from him already. Well, because the component pouches to me only they cover the like the non-pricing ones, like the other ones you have to have. The ones that do have a price, you have to have.
Oh, I said one time that my component pouch, she always fills her component pouches with exactly the amount of spells she'd need to do each spell slot.
Right, just the non-valued components. But anyway, I'll say for this instance that you happen to have a pinch of diamond with 25 gold pieces. I'm gonna be nice to you.
Okay.
And who are you casted it on?
Probably Onora or Bob.
Which one? Because as far as I know, it's just one target.
It is. It's only a single character.
We'll cast it on Onora just to be on the safe side.
Okay. Alright. Cool. And so, Nora, you feel Takari touch you, and now you find yourself... you don't feel anything, but, now, as far as... You don't know, but as far as Takari knows, you can't be detected by divinational magic. So, as you're going out in public, following this trail, if you guys are going to try to hide the fact you're trying to follow something, if people look at you, I would like you guys to make a deception check.
Up to?
Yeah.
Instead of a deception check, could I just cast invisible on myself?
Sure, I'll say, sure, go ahead.
Okay.
Is non-detection concentration? No, it's not. Okay, so yeah. Takari disappears.
No.
Onora, if you're gonna try to hide the fact you're following something,
Roll a stealth.
no, roll deception check.
Oh, deception.
I mean, honestly, all it's gonna look like if you can't control her dog.
All right, let's see. So we got one person that's invisible. We got one person that which obviously is minding their own business and is following the rules, and then we got a dog that's just like going full Scooby-Doo mode, nose on the ground. So as far as I know,
Corra takes all my luck when it comes to deception and stealth and all that.
so so basically, if anyone were to look, you can tell they're just thinking, "That's a weird fucking dog."
I have way too much fun when I become an animal.
And so,
Following the scent.
Yep, so Takari, you remain unnoticed. Onora, no one suspects you. As you guys follow, seamlessly, unsuspectedly follow Bop. In which people are just like, that's a weird dog. Is that anyone's dog? I'm not sure. And, you got, Bop, you follow the path. And, as it grows fainter, I need you to make another. I need you to make a perception check. Do you have something that says for mastiffs that you get advantage on perception checks for smelling?
I don't know, but I can look.
Yes, you do. You have keen hearing and smell, which means so make this perception check with advantage.
Oh. That's it then.
Dirty 20. Alright. And so, yeah, you managed to keep trail of the blood scent, this one going a little bit thinner. And, as you smell it, it leads, as you keep smelling it, you see it leads, as you see, you can sort of smell the trail, just go straight forward to the back of a church that you can see, but just like you're about 40 feet away, and you can tell the blood is going towards the church, and you can see that there's one cloaked figure that looks to be guarding the door, and who looks to haven't seen you yet.
Because she does still have her faculties as the dog, she's gonna stop when she sees him and sit down and look at Onora.
Alright.
Onora's just gonna like casually look around to see technically what she's looking at, but be very like nonchalant.
Okay.
Helpful if somebody had talked to him.
Make a perception check, Nora. You see if you notice what the fox mastiff has noticed. 25. Yeah, you get a sense that Bop sees the trail leading to the back door of the church that the one cloaked figure is guarding.
She's like staring at it going,
Nora is going to...
She's a mastiff with a tiny bark.
Nora is going to nonchalantly, with Bop obviously, like, she's got her, tied up. She's gonna nonchalantly walk up to the guard with a almost confused look. She's gonna be like, "Excuse me, I beg your pardon."
Yes?
I'm not from here, I apologize. I heard there was a sermon today. I seem to have gotten a little lost, and I was curious what time it's supposed to start.
Oh, well, first off, welcome to Pleoburg, and, second, it will start, she looks up to this guy, and she goes, well, judging by the sun position, I'll say less than 2 hours from now. Midday is when it starts, so roughly less than 2 hours from now.
I see, midday.
Yes.
Okay. Alrighty. I thank you very, very much. Can I roll or with that perception, can I see anything like odd up close now that I've walked up there?
You don't around. You don't notice anything around the. You don't notice anything, but what you do notice. Wait, actually, no. What did you roll? 25? No, you don't notice anything.
The fuck. Okay.
Do you want me to make a roll since I'm invisible to see what I can see?
Sure, you can try.
Perception?
Yeah.
Okay, you're gonna have to roll a nat 20 in order to see anything.
Does that work?
No, you don't notice anything.
Does Bop notice anything with her keen sense of smell?
No, not with that 20 that she rolled. Ah, woo!
Damn. Okay.
Why does no one have speak with animals but...
You know, I actually don't know if I have something with it.
One person, I believe one person does.
Hugbear is the only one that can talk to me when I need things to be talked to me.
Actually, no. Takari can.
Jesus, y'all are dead sometimes.
Onora doesn't have it, so.
I'm gonna speak with animals.
All right.
Use your brain.
Use your spells.
And as she
I
can speak with
forget
animals,
that the ranger can. I'm
the
sorry.
moment that Takari can understand her, Bob's gonna go, no one is listening to me. I'm talking to everyone, she's ignoring me, and I really hate this, and it's really dumb, and where's the Hugbear when I need him?
Sorry, I forgot the spell.
Oh. You can understand me now?
Now I
You
can.
couldn't understand me a minute ago, because that was some nasty word. The blood trail leads in that door, and she'll point her nose towards the door. I think they took him.
I'm thinking that too.
Should I break the door down?
How do
She'll
we
kinda-
get in without...
She kind of back up a little bit, like she's gonna like brush the door with her.
Please don't.
Okay.
We don't want to cause any suspicious activity right now.
So, Onora, are you still standing in front of the guard?
Only for a couple more seconds, and then she's gonna turn and walk away after kind of nodding a smile. And she's like, thank you very much. I didn't know your name.
You should know. You should know.
There's a reason why it's called improv, because I sometimes don't expect things. She looks at you. She says, my name is Enna, if you are interested, but, if you excuse me, I need to be back on duty, so,
I sniff the guard.
you want to walk up and sniff the guard?
Oh, she took me with her. I'm standing there with Kiki, with Onora. On the lead.
I thought Onora went up alone.
No, I had Bob.
Yeah, she had
Okay,
Bob on the
sure,
lead.
you can sniff.
What do I... How do we do sniff?
Perception?
It's perception.
Okay.
With
Right.
with your advantage because you're smelling.
24. What do I sniff?
You don't smell anything off on them.
Does she smell alive?
No, you don't smell alive.
Does she smell alive?
Oh, does she smell alive?
Like she's not an undead creature?
Okay, yeah. She does not smell of a rotting corpse.
Okay. Does I don't know. I've run out of things to ask. Okay, I'm good.
And then she's gonna walk away.
Alright.
Bop and dog, bye.
Back to the tavern. Or wherever they're staying at the inn.
Well, where do you guys go?
Back to the inn, I guess.
Back to the inn, yeah.
Well, Bop needs to wild shape back into a people.
Wait till we get to the inn.
Yeah, and get dressed. So probably the inn.
All right. And so you guys reach the inn, and you walk in, and you see there sits Ron Tom at the counter, and he goes, the kobold, and he looks up and goes, "Oh, hello. Last time I checked, you didn't have a dog."
We do now. We picked up a stray.
That's a weird looking dog.
And you're a weird looking dragon.
Good point. he has no argue with that, and so he can't argue, and so you guys get into one of the rooms.
It would have been the perfect moment for him to go, "No pets allowed."
Off to the room we go, and we're in the room.
Yep. All right.
As soon as we get back into the room, she's gonna go off into the corner and transform back into a Bop and put her dress back on.
All right.
And then she'll tell Onora that the blood trail led right to the back door that the guard was guarding. And that she didn't smell like anything other than people, but you never know.
The main question that I'm having as Takari drops invisibility, main thing that I'm having concerns with is how are we gonna get into the church without causing...
We'll go to the
Corra.
church service.
As of right now, Corra and Hugbear
Well,
gone.
we're not doing this by ourselves. We're waiting until they get here.
Yeah, and I figured we could just go in the front door because we're gonna go to the church service, right?
We can just slip away sometime during this sermon.
I wonder if I can return my mouse.
I know it's gonna bop in the head.
Ow. Wake up.
I am awake.
You look like me.
No sleeping on my session? No, okay.
Actively falls asleep one session.
I think only me and Infinite have done that.
Fallen asleep during a session?
You realize I fell asleep twice during the last session, right?
I never knew I was that boring.
You're not. I was sick.
She was drugged up.
Okay, come on.
I was on drugs.
Oh, sure, blame it on the drugs!
Actual prescription drugs given to me by a doctor and used according to their direction.
Uh-huh, yeah, sure,
Which-
okay.
I don't abuse drugs.
My mind just spaces out, and I come back, turn back my brain on, and I'm like, oh, I'm still here. Oops.
I'm so here.
Takari be disassociating.
Takari just be disassociating. In a world of her own.
Oh no. So we're just gonna wait
There's
for them?
been some times where I come back, I'm looking through my spells, trying to figure out what to do, figure out what I should use next, or try to figure out how to use. And then someone says something kind of important, I'm like, oh, I should be paying attention now, shouldn't I?
I should be listening. And so you guys, just gonna sit and wait for Corra and Hugbear to return?
I think so.
Yeah.
I'm gonna let Aiden out of his pouch. And
So would this count as a short rest?
Yeah, I can say you guys get a a short rest.
Cool. That means I can transform twice.
About an hour goes by until so you guys get a short rest, and then eventually you see a familiar-looking human and a familiar-looking bugbear walk into the room, and you see that Corra is covered in a few looks to be scratches from tree branches, and you see Hugbear also has some scratches, but you see there's a few bumps on his head.
Do I even want to know what you guys were up to?
This is why we don't steal other people's pastries.
Corra got to me.
That's okay. We figured out the pastry problem, and now we don't have to pay for them.
All right, so it's an all-you-can-eat buffet. All right.
Not a Hugbear buffet.
No. But we do have free breakfast while we're in Pleoburg.
All for me, right?
Mm.
Onora's gonna plop on the bed.
I'll take it as a no then. What did you... We were trying to look for you. We thought you got kidnapped. And we thought you got kidnapped. Some of you kidnapped again.
No. We were doing
we were
errands.
doing jobs, and then we were trying to find the blacksmith, but he's disappeared.
Dead.
And you see a Corra speaker says, so, what did you guys do? What did you guys do?
We
Just a
stole
couple
things.
errands, small errands.
Be proud, we stole things.
What did you steal? And you
Necklace of fireball and a jeweled horn.
And
I was a dog.
well, at least you stole something good.
Indeed.
And I hope you weren't caught.
Absolutely not, or we wouldn't still have the items.
I'm a little bit proud of you.
Well, thank you. She'll tip like her head as had like a hat or something. She'll tip the cloak. That's what she'll do. She'll tip the head of the cloak.
Milady. Onora's cloak hood suddenly turns into a fedora. Milady.
We did find good information about the cult, and I was a dog, and I followed a trail of blood to the back of the church from the blacksmiths because I think they kidnapped and murdered him.
He was a good man. He was an honest one too. When we saw those short swords, he gave a little bit of a bonus for those short swords.
I hope he's not dead and just hurt.
Let's hope not. But won't know until we see it, I guess.
Now it's a rescue mission.
Do we really have to attend the service?
Unfortunately. It's not like we have a choice.
Speaking of which, we actually ran into, on our way back while we were searching for you, we ran into this grumpy wood elf.
Emerald, he is my mentor. He ran into us as well.
No
Not
one,
literally.
I sense
Oh,
it.
he's your mentor. I thought he was either your boyfriend or your brother.
His behavior did seem a little familiar to me.
I'm not gonna make a comment on that, but okay.
He's her dad.
Essentially.
Well, And of course, that's what he approached us and asked about what we knew, and we told him that we were with you guys, and told him all we know, and he told us what he know. But did you guys learn any? You said you followed something to the back of the church.
Blood. A positive. A B negative. Whatever.
Oh, well.
I turned into a dog, and I followed it since the blood that we found at the blacksmith. We assume it's his blood because it was at the blacksmith. So they took him, and at very least bonked him on the head, and he's bleeding. Now when we go to the church, we have to rescue him and completely dismantle this evil church cult thing.
Well, let's just hope we do it before... Well.
We have bad luck with churches.
Alright, so, do you guys just, you just kill time in the bedrooms then?
You can go play darts.
You could always swing by and play darts.
Darts and drinks.
Oh, I lost my stick. Okay.
Of course, as you guys go ahead, I need to get some sense into Hugbear, and have him learn about what he's done today.
Have fun.
Oh, I most certainly will. And Hugbear just goes, "Yay!"
Don't destroy the inn.
No promises.
Pop will scoop up Aiden.
And he says, "Where are we going? Where are we going?"
We're gonna go play darts.
I don't know what that is, but yay! Alright, and so you guys head over to the tavern. You see it's vacant, but you still see the dwarf behind the counter and says, "Ah, hello there."
Hi, we were wondering if we could play some darts for a little while.
Yeah, I don't close until 5 minutes before the sermon, so you can handle as long as you want. But just when I leave, you have to leave.
Thank you.
Okay.
Drink?
Yes.
No.
Morning drinking. I like it.
Absolutely.
Bob's gonna skip out on the drinking.
Alright, and he comes over and gives you guys 2 drinks. I need Onora and Takari to make Constitution saving throws. Onora, you're fine.
Raised by a drunkard.
Yep. So let's see how. I am unfortunately, Takara, you are drunk.
Oh, that'll be interesting.
Alright, so the 3 of you are playing. All 3 of you are playing darts.
Yep.
Alright, so I will need a first round of dexterity checks, and I need Takara to do it with disadvantage. Alright, 10. 7. And then
I did better than.
waiting on, and then waiting for the dexterity check at disadvantage from Takari. And 11. So somehow, even drunk, Takari does better than you.
She's better when she's drunk.
I keep telling you guys this.
Alright, so it's your first round. Go ahead and make your second dexterity check.
Uh-oh.
Oh.
Uh-oh.
Ho ho!
Let's see, do you roll lower than a 7?
Oh, wait. You
gotta do it.
Roll a
didn't...
Nope, you're
Oh.
good. So, Bob gets away with this round.
Woohoo!
Alright, make...
I rolled a 2 on my screen.
Yep, then make one more. Takari with disadvantage.
Oh.
Oh, yeah.
How did I roll 3 7s in a row?
Time to go play
Lucky
some
7?
slots.
No, you rolled a 6. Wait, no, yeah, you rolled... Jesus.
3 7s in a row.
Takari, roll another...
Lucky 7.
It's time to go play some slots.
Wow!
Takari, what?
Takari. Yeah, I don't need to do the math. Takari wins this one. Takari wins.
Are you sure I don't win by default just because I got 7 every round?
Onora, roll a percentile dice.
I guess I choose high.
No, just roll percentile dice.
This game is unfair to bops. And short people like bops all across the land.
I didn't expect you to make the fucking roll.
I would have cried if that was a 7 again.
It would have been hilarious.
Cried.
Give me,
Tall people.
give me a
cheat.
sec here.
By being tall, you cheat.
I am not tall.
You're taller than me.
You find Onora, despite losing, you somehow feel your gold pouch, to be 40 gold heavier.
Wait, I find a what now?
You
Because my
fi-
brain totally spazzed?
You find your coin purse to be 40 gold heavier.
Bet. Okay.
I had to give you something for that 777. That
Dude, like, every friggin' round.
that was
I
that.
had to go back and look to, like, double make sure. I was like, wait, what?
Yeah, I said
just gonna-
I said it to, if you rolled under a 20, I would roll.
While they drink, Bop is just gonna keep trying to hit as well as kick.
You missed the board and hit the pole that it's on. Dum.
I want to.
You hit dead center. In fact, it hits dead center, and whatever knives that were on the board fall off.
I win. Bop wins. Bop is best.
We'll make you an archer yet.
Go Bop, go Bop, go Bop. Go Bop, go Bop, go Bop.
Honora, you land on the board.
Go Bop.
You land on where around where the 18 is. Right.
I roll worse. Fucking Takari. I give up.
Ooh.
Not 1 and a 20.
You're lucky no one was there, because you threw the knife, it goes past the board, and it lands, it goes through the chair that was behind the pole. And you sense it would, if someone was sitting there, you probably would have killed them.
Wow.
So you're damn lucky that no one else was in this building. You see the door just goes, watch where you're aiming.
That's what practice is for, ain't it, though?
And he says, well, I need to He goes, well, I need to lock up, but before I go, the only one that got drunk, you, and points towards Takari. Come here.
Okay.
He says, here, take this. Pulls out a shot glass with like a blue liquid that's in it.
She'll take the shot glass and sniff it.
It smells like blueberries.
If this poisons me, you're in trouble.
Oh, I can detect poison.
She hands it over to Bob to sniff.
You really don't trust me, do you?
I'm not even gonna cast. I'm just gonna say that it's fine. I'm gonna lie.
All right.
Because I trust him. Because I trust all the dwarves. Because they all look like the same person to me, and it kind of confuses me. I can't tell the difference. I assume he's just time traveling.
So
The tales of the time traveling dwarf.
He's teleporting all over the country just to be where we are.
So Takari, do you take the
Yep,
shot?
she'll take the shot.
It's fine.
All right. And so you drink it. It has a hard hint of blueberry to it, but eventually you start to feel your head be clear, and you're no longer drunk. The poison effect that you were on because you were drunk, you're no longer poisoned.
Oh.
Thank you. He didn't want you drunk during the damn sermon.
Yeah, we don't want any. The last time someone went to a sermon drunk, let's just say they were banned from the bar, and I didn't make that ruling.
Oh. Yeah, that probably is not wise. But thank you.
I'm here if you need me. He says, well, we better get going. The sermon's not too long from now. And so he will lead you guys out. And you leave, you see he turns around, closes the door, locks it, and you guys walk towards the church. And we are going to take a break here. So we'll take a 10 to 15 minute break. And we'll continue from there. Now that everyone is here and everyone is back,
time to go to church.
Let's pick things up. So eventually you guys are walking towards the church, and you guys are reconnected with Hugbear and Corra as they exit the inn. You guys regroup, and you guys have some time to talk before you reach the church.
Corra, I'll only do this one time, and I hand you a brush. I need to look semi-presentable.
Corra's gonna get overly excited about this.
I have bows.
And she's gonna start
We're not going bows.
She's gonna start brushing over, giving him like a middle part. You know? I'm sure he's got like one little hair sticking up. It's a nice little alfalfa. And then she's gonna start getting Bop ready too. She's gonna be fussing over all of them.
Tales as old as time.
Oh, and at some point, Onora is going to look at Corra and Hugbear, and by the way, we managed to score free breakfast from that bakery during our entire stay here at Pleoburg.
Well, if we stay here forever.
Well, then I guess that's free breakfast. It's always, forever.
Well, I guess I'm never leaving. I'm going to have to become king of this place.
Hugbear, we've gotten free breakfast everywhere else we've gone too.
I kind of already decided that because I followed a blood trail to the church, that they're pretty evil, so we should dismantle their church.
Bop, sweetie.
Wait, did you say they needed to dismantle their genitals? What?
We had one good church.
I said that. I said we had.
I heard church.
And
Onora, you weren't the one that was drunk.
I We had a very bad. We have a very bad track record with churches.
I have no excuse other than the fact that I'm so exhausted.
You said there's a blood trail up to the church?
From the,
Yeah, the blacksmith is missing.
The blacksmith that you and Takari met the day prior.
Oh. Talk shit, get hit.
Pretty much.
We're gonna save it.
Okay. Good to know. Thank you.
Also, my mentor, Emerald, is wondering about the city.
Just for shits and giggles.
He says he's doing investigation, but I don't know.
Like, on your curse, or just here to investigate the culty church?
Technically, the curse and the cult. And she kind of like looks away and looks towards the ground. Because I don't think she's actually said anything about it yet. And,
When a cult for us.
no, it wasn't me. But because of my heritage, they're the one who put the curse on me. And they're the ones who killed my family, who were the original protectors and guardians of this place. Hence why I am staying hidden with your cloak. Because it's probably not a good idea that I get seen by these people.
Why are we even going then? Why aren't we just, like, starting a fire?
Also, Corra, apparently that man that you ran into unintentionally at the bakery.
It was an accident.
Bullshit, but okay. Apparently they're one of the leaders.
Oh, good. So he knows who I am. You guys, I have an in.
Corra!
I made friends with the church. I don't think he thinks we're friends, but I made friends with the church.
I don't think that he thinks you're friends either, but okay.
You don't just want to go in guns blazing?
No, it's probably a good idea. We should probably go to the sermon and gather intel, and if we can slip away to find... Because the trail of blood led to the back of the church, and there was a guard there standing, keeping watch. They didn't seem to give much information. There was nothing that I saw this is oddly suspicious about them.
And Hugbear, if we go in guns a-blazing, they might give you wear arthritis too.
I'm not worried about that. You just take the arm.
I'm not sure that's how it works.
We've been over this. To get rid of the wear arthritis, I'd have to kill you.
But then one of you can just heal me, right?
No,
I could potentially keep your body from decaying for a long period of time.
Great. These are all sounding like
we're not
wonderful options.
No, Takari, no, we're not making a Hugbear shrine with his
Or I
body.
could just use his body as a undead soldier.
See, it's all coming up Millhouse.
You know, maybe I should have left town.
Papa's suddenly a little bit afraid of Takari.
My next character will be Hugbear. So, you guys keep Hugbear up and alive as a undead soldier. I'll be Hugbear, and we'll just run this town.
What? I have a spell that animates the dead.
Perfect. Alright, are we going to church then? I look presentable, by God. Look how straight my fur looks.
Alright. So, eventually you guys make your way into the church. and you guys take a. You go inside. The church is mostly made of stone and wood, and you walk in, and it's. You walk in towards a narrow doorway, then you're greeted to a big room with a tall ceiling, with like the big circle glass mural that's on the wall above where the stand, your typical church stand is with just like 15 feet in front of it, an individual standing desk. And then all the seats are long, or like one of those. Give me a sec here.
The pews.
They're like the long benches.
Yeah, pews.
Yeah. Like, I didn't know they have a name for them. The more I know. So you see these pews that are like in front of the pews. You see there's like a smaller row of like of a carpet material. You could probably tell it's probably for kneeling, for praying, or something.
A prayer rug?
Yeah, something like that. And you guys walk in and you go and take your seats. As you go to sit down, I would like people to make perception checks. As you look around and you see that there are cult members, the robed figures and the red robes. You see they're along the outside of the long stools.
I have a passive perception of 18.
Sorry, we're gonna have to take that 10. Everyone except Onora notices Emerald sitting in one of those long chairs. What is it called again?
A pew.
A pew. Okay, so it's sitting in a pew about down behind you to your right, to the pew that's down right behind you.
Papa's gonna nudge Onora and like look at him.
And or you look,
with him.
Yeah, you turn around and you see him, but you see he's not looking at you.
Well, she wouldn't really turn around. She'd maybe like side glance behind her, but she wouldn't turn around.
Okay.
And she pretty much just state to them, remember, he said not to interact or pretend to know he doesn't exist here. And then turn back forward and like keep her gaze forward.
Corra's gonna look for the man she ran into. She's gonna keep an eye out for him.
Her new boyfriend.
Listen, she's married.
That doesn't mean she can't use her womanly charms. We talked about this. Just because you don't have to fuck them doesn't mean anything. You can definitely use your womanly charms for that.
So wait, who were you looking for?
The higher up dude that I ran into when I was leaving the bakery.
Okay. You see, you do recognize him as he is standing behind he's standing behind the big platform that's in front of the pews, and you see he stands. You see he takes off his hood. You didn't see it initially, but he takes off his hood, and you see a gray-skinned tiefling. And then you see he takes off the hood, and he goes, "Morning!" And you see everyone in the town who's attending the church replies with, "Good morning."
Morning.
It's another day here in the lovely town of Pleoburg. It appears our Lord Kyrin has blessed us with another glorious sunny day, and it'll be prosperous for all of us who farm and provide us food. So, before we get started, I just want to go through a few announcements. First off, if for anyone that is new, welcome to Pleoburg, and welcome to service. And I hope you enjoy your stay and join us as we worship and give thanks to the one who saved this town from the destruction of the war.
I'm looking around to see if there's craft service here. If they have coffee, donuts.
Wait until after.
You don't know. Make another perception check for me.
He's gone. Let there be coffee. Grant me the strength.
No.
No, fuck.
You don't see any. You don't see a table with any drinks or food. You just see.
Order a fresh one for you.
Wait, how many pastries did you guys get me?
We're not eating in the church.
Hey, Coonsy, remember how last session I bought like a bag full of pastries?
Yeah.
I'm gonna start eating a pastry.
You already ate those.
Yeah, you.
I didn't eat all of them.
I bought them, and then you
I
ate
bought all.
them.
Yeah, I ate all of yours, then I went and bought more.
Right, but then when you proceeded to take the bag from Corra and took off, and Corra went after you, and you came back without a bag.
I see.
Why I've had no pastries today.
Fine.
Oh no. We can run to the Waffle Home after church.
All right. I guess I sit patiently then.
All right. And you see the TV goes. And second announcement for today, just a reminder that in 3 days we're going to have our annual, and you see one person for another Pule goes, just shouts out and says, "Where's Rolf?" And you see everyone else is like turning around whispering and going like, "What is he doing? What the fuck? What's going on?" And you see there's a half elf that's standing. And you see that half elf that's standing goes, "My brother disappeared last night. He didn't return home. Where is he?" And you see the Tifa goes, "Now, son, if I don't know what you're talking about, but I ask that you take your seat and calm down." And you see the half elf goes, "No, I don't want to calm down. My brother went missing, and people have gone missing here since you lot came along all those years ago. Where is he?" And you see another person he goes, pipe down, Walt. You know that he's long gone for now. There's no use of panicking." And he goes, "No, he could still be alive. Maybe they could have captured him. We don't know." And you see there are people like trying to calm him down. And he's like trying to resist. And you see the Green TV goes, "Now, sir, I ask you one last time. We ask you to calm down, or we're going to ask you to leave." And he goes, "No, I refuse to leave. I want to know where my brother is." And then
Hugbear will stand up and go put a hand on this man's shoulder.
Just as you go to stand up, you hear the church doors that were once closed swing open. And you see everyone that was like talking, they just stop talking. Everyone that was standing up sits back down and just starts looking forward. And
if it's gonna seem as like an act of aggression to get this man to like calmly sit down beside us, or is he being like escorted?
No one seems to be touching him currently.
Okay.
And he didn't seem to be physically moving towards him. He just seems to be standing in one place.
Yeah, then I'll go up and be like, we can talk about this later, and like try and get him to try to usher him to come sit in our pew.
As you go to do that, as you're walking towards him, you hear a voice behind you say, Now don't worry, furry one. I will talk to him. And
at this point, Onora is going to just make sure she is face front, hood is still slightly down, covering her face.
Bob is turned around all the way to her so you can see
Bob, you turn around, you see wearing a similar color robe but with more design, and you see standing really pretty tall, like you see, you standing very tall. You see a female drow, with the blackish grayish skin, the black eyes, long black hair. Hugbear, do you turn around and see her?
Yeah, she's gonna call me furry one.
She is taller than you by a foot.
Sexy.
Is this a lazy moment? Is this a step on me, mommy moment?
Yeah, so she.
Let me tell you how she's gonna have to be like 7'2" or something.
I said a foot taller than you.
Yeah. Well, in my appearance here, I'm like 8 feet tall. She's like 9 feet tall.
Yep.
This is a 9 foot tall drow.
Yep.
Are we sure she's not a vampire?
Yo.
You don't know.
Does she have a big hat?
Not, I guess you could say she just has some form of a headwear on her that...
Oh, no,
That's
like the minuscule?
And so, yeah, Hugbear, you see this 9-foot drow lady walking towards you.
Okay, I just stand there.
As she approaches, she goes, My, you're quite taller than the average guesses we've seen here.
Yeah, I guess nobody's ever called you short stuff in your life.
Tall jokes. I like that. But if I may ask, please, return to your seat. I will take care of this little disturbance that's occurring here. And she waves her arm towards the back to your seat.
So long as that doesn't mean this one's going missing too.
Don't worry, all we're just gonna have is a little talk.
Alright, I'll go sit.
Alright, so you return to your seat. You see, it's dead silent as everyone else is looking forward. Onora, with your past perception, you can sense that, like, some people's breaths just are kind of heightened up a little bit. There's like, you can tell there's a sense of nervousness and fear that is faded. That's like a cloud of fear that's like casted over everyone. And does
the mark do anything as she enters the building?
You do sense some pain from your shoulder, but nothing excruciating for now. Onora, I would like you to make... I like Onora to make a stealth check for me.
Hey, not bad. That's about as good as you could do without natting.
Seeing as I roll shit, how often do I roll stealth above a 10?
Just give me 1 second here.
Because you're wearing my clothes.
Yeah.
Yeah, exactly. That's the whole reason I rolled really good for deception and stealth. It's literally I'm just seeping your essence.
Just give me 2 seconds here. Okay, sorry. Phone, go away. As she goes, now come on, Walt. Let me discuss to you about your brother. And talk about behavior. She goes, okay. And you can tell that, like, whatever anger, whatever bravery he had presented, gone.
Yeah.
And she goes, gentlemen, would you mind... he goes, gentlemen, would you mind taking him to the back of the church for me? I will discuss with him later. And you see there are two other cloaked figures come up and stand side by side with the half-elf, and they walk him out of the building as she stands there. And you see the great tiefling at the front of the stage goes, I beg for your forgiveness, Lady Lyodon, for the disturbance that erupted here today. And she goes, no, don't worry, Lucis. Everything's fine. I just arrived back from my little journey in Druye. But I am back now, and if you excuse me, I need to talk some sense into that half-elf. And as she walks away, she looked towards Hugbear, gives you a little bit of a wink, and glances towards the rest of the group. I would like Corra and Takari make insight checks. Takari. I know, I fucked up. There are too many R's!
We've ruined it.
I guess it's canon now. DM said it.
Nope, the DM has fixed himself.
I would like to roll an inspiration.
You can use an inspiration. Alright. Corey, you don't notice anything. Takari, she was looking towards your and Onora's direction. As you hear a slight, as she, a slight, quiet, as she continues and walks out of the building.
Carta's not like that at all.
That's where I left that Horcrux.
Onora is rigid. Does Onora recognize her voice? Since having the flashbacks.
Make a history check. As the suspension builds. 14?
No.
You don't recall hearing a voice.
Don't recognize her voice.
You don't recognize the voice.
Okay. Well, she's still very rigid, just like very uncomfortable, especially because they had stated Lady Lyodon. So that clicks the bell because that's what she was told prior.
So you know that it was Lady Lyodon that walked in.
Yes. It's just by knowledge of the fact that that's her name and that's what they had just called her, and that's what she was told prior, by Emerald and the Chiron. And so she's just sitting there, hunched over a little bit, just rigid, and her face just pales.
All right.
Laura's gonna like scooch over and kind of like try to shield Onora from the rest of the room and anyone watching.
Okay.
Like, discreetly.
All right. And so the church sermon continue. You see Lucius says, "All right. Now where was I? Right. So, well, I guess I forgot what my last announcement was, but let's get started. Since there are any more announcements, let's get started." And you go through the whole communion. It's your typical church. For anyone that's gone to church, it's your typical sermon where there's prayers, there's readings from a book, and eventually at one point a bowl is passed through your row, and you see there are coins dropped into it. And it goes by each of you one by one.
Takari will put in 1 gold just to copy everything else.
Okay.
If my page would load, that'd be great, I know.
Okay, so Takari drops in 1 gold piece.
I'm gonna drop into 1 for me and 1 for Hugbear.
Alright.
Was this like take a penny, leave a penny?
Well, it's very much no. So what Corra does is she grabs Hugbear's hand, puts one in his hand, and says, "Put it in the bowl," and then they're gonna put them in the bowl.
Do you say it quietly or do you say it
Quietly. I use the mom whisper, you know.
Okay. You get like one concerned look from one of the cloak figures that are standing around the outsides of those spools, but it was only for a quick.
She's just gonna like whisper to him, "Kids," you know.
And you see he looks at her and and you can see he's mentally trying to figure out how the fuck are you his mother. So this
adoption.
So besides Takari and Corra and Hugbear, does anyone else put anything in?
Bop does not, but that's because she's not. Because Bop would like to stealth and try to sneak underneath the pews and like try to sneak around the church while everybody's doing the sermon.
You're gonna try to sneak out?
Uh-huh.
Make a stealth check.
That's not great.
Is it mandatory for them to put something in?
You don't know.
Do I stealth and get away?
Are you gonna keep that 13?
No, I'm gonna use a thing.
Okay.
And I'm gonna stealth and get away.
You fucking... you see, Onora goes to pass the bowl to you, and you're just gone.
She's gonna crawl all the way to the back of the church and try to find like a side entrance to get around to maybe get into deeper parts of the church.
I'm sorry, you're trying to get to where?
Trying to get deeper into the church. Like to look around and spot and like investigate the church itself while everybody's distracted.
There isn't really any deeper into the church.
So it's just the one room?
Yeah, it's just the one big room.
Are you sure?
Yes, I am sure.
Okay.
So...
Well, she's just gonna hang out at the back until the end of the thing then.
Okay, so you're going out through the front and going around the back?
No, she's like hanging at the back of the room.
Okay. Okay, so you just... Okay, so you managed to sneak out just to the back of the room, and you just watch from behind. And then eventually, at one point, Bob, you see the two cloak figures that led the half-elf out walk back in. And you see they walk back in, but without the half-elf.
Could I sneak out to try to find where they went, where it came from?
You can do that. I'll give you that stealth with that 26.
Well, she's gonna go out and see if she can't see where they came from, like maybe footsteps or something. Can I investigate?
Yeah, you can make an investigation.
Or... Yeah. Dirty 20.
All right. You investigate. You find a set of footprints approximately about the size of the two cloak figures that walked in.
She's gonna follow it.
All right. And so you follow the footprints, but it goes beyond the back of the church.
That's okay.
And okay. So you're just gonna keep following.
Yeah.
Okay. So you follow it. You follow it for a couple of minutes. And you are led to the sort of to where there's a perimeter of the town, and you see that there's a beaten. You see there are two dead bodies. You see two half-elf dead bodies.
Would I remember the smell of the blood? To say that was maybe the...
You are so clinged on to that type AB blood that
I nat 20'd earlier.
You
too.
look at one of the half-elves, you recognize him from seeing him in the church. And you look at the other half-elf and you recognize the smell of his blood.
Do I see anybody around?
Make a perception check. No one you can see.
I'm gonna go and investigate their bodies then, and then, yeah. Yeah.
All right.
We're killing it.
Go ahead.
Oh, that's not good. I'm gonna use another what you call it?
Inspiration.
Yeah.
A little better. You get a sense. You get
use both mine from Kiki.
You get. Excuse me. You get a sense that the one that you can recognize the smell of his blood was beaten to death. And you look at the other one, and you see a stab wound around where his chest area was. And besides the clothing that's on their backs, you don't find anything else.
She's gonna try to, I guess, use her stealth to go back to the church and wait for them outside of the church.
Okay. With
She's
that,
not gonna try to get back in, but she's gonna sit. With that, could I get back in and sit back down?
I'll give it to you. Yeah, you as far as you know, you think you don't believe anyone knows you exist.
Okay, so she's gonna go back in and sneak back to her spot and sit back down.
Okay, and Onora, you look back and suddenly Bop is in her chair. I will say at this point, 15, 20 minutes have gone by.
Can Takari cast message and to Bob and be like, "What did you find?"
You go to cast a spell, and you feel that it doesn't go through.
Oh.
Make an Arcana check for me.
Okay. Yeah.
You have no idea. You don't know why it didn't work.
Okay, then she's not gonna try anything else.
All right. Shit. Okay. Does anyone else do anything during the sermon? All right. And thank you for the 2 months, Radar. Oh, for 2 months in advance. Nice. And so eventually, a couple hours go by. A little over an hour goes by, and the sermon ends, and you guys are free to go.
They do this every week.
Yep.
What a snore fest.
I think
Corra's
we should
gonna
go back to the inn.
go around and start making small talk with everyone and kind of like trying to gauge reactions of the general public who's here.
All right.
Just your stereotypical, just like, you know, good morning, how are you? Like, how are
Okay.
you doing? You know,
Sunday Bible thumpers.
All right. Okay. So you approach Sorry, I get a little bit of a headache. Okay. Make an investigation check for me first of all. 18. Okay, I'll keep that in mind. You approach a group of older-looking human females. As you approach, she goes, "Oh, good morning. Good morning. And how are you?"
God.
And Cora's just she's gonna be very like, I'm doing wonderful this morning. It was a little bit crazy what happened, but it's really nice for the community to all be together and like, you know, just like fully embracing the good old fashioned church going.
Yeah, and you see one goes,
small talk.
"Yeah, it was. I was having a good morning, and until Walt decided to make a ruckus. I mean, we have seen families disappear. I mean, I can't say for myself because none of my families disappeared because we listen. You know, because we feel like in today's time, all you have to do is just sit and listen. I mean, why provoke any actions? They could have consequences."
That's exactly my thoughts too. I worry about my kids, you know.
Oh, you
you
got kids of your own too?
Yeah, you see that one? She points out that one. He's adopted. We're kind of working out, trying to. He didn't have the best upbringing. We're trying to put him all back together. But...
Oh, well, that's very sweet of you.
Can I eat some of these pastries now?
Sweetie, remember we said we were going to go to the Waffle Home as a family afterwards?
Are we not done here?
Let Mom talk to her new friends first, and we'll head that way.
Is there anybody who looks like 15 and under here who would be more interested in eating pastries with me somewhere?
Yeah, you see there's a group of kids that are standing around.
Oh, I'm going right to them, and I'm like, you guys want a pastry?
Yeah!
I'd tell a drug addict about it, drug dealer about it.
I am offering them all pastries.
And they take it without hesitation.
You ever seen anybody go missing around here?
Yeah, we see people go by. I mean, at one point, Jeremy, he broke a glass window one day, and he didn't disappear, but he came back with he couldn't sit for a couple of days.
Gotta love it.
Yeah, but then he broke another window, and he disappeared after that. We said that he had to go live with his uncle and aunt in Hestein. Well, I like the pastries.
I could stay here for the pastries.
And I don't know much about life outside of here, so I can't really say anything bad about this place.
You feel safe?
As long as I cooperate, I will be safe.
So. How many kids are there?
You see, there's like a group of 5 of them.
All right, y'all could have one more pastry. I gotta go.
Yay!
Hugbear has a soft spot for kids.
Thank you, Mr. Furry. And as you walk away.
God damn it. Are we done talking to our young friends yet?
Corra will wrap up with like we should get lunch sometime, but I gotta feed the kids, and I'm gonna leave the 4 of them out.
Okay, well, enjoy the rest of your day. Will we see you next week?
If we haven't gone home by then, of course.
Okay. Well, until then, see ya!
And then she's gonna like do her little head count. 1, 2, 3, 4, and just like bustle them all out.
Mm-hmm.
I tied Bop up because I didn't want them getting lost, because all I could hear is Corra's lecture about somebody getting lost.
Dragging me around by a string. Are we going back to the inn?
I promised Hugbear Waffle Home, so we need to find Waffle Home.
Okay.
We can ask the baker if they have any waffles.
And then take them home.
You approach. So so where's everyone going right now?
I think we're going to the bakery.
Alright. So you return to the bakery, you see the baker turns around and says, "Oh! Hi! What can I do for you?"
I need more pastries. I've been feeding the local rabble.
Oh, I didn't know I didn't know you had a soft spot for a community.
Kids and stuff.
What are you looking to get specifically?
Well, I just gave away 10, so I need to buy at least 15. They're going so fast.
Alright, I'll give you 15. Since you're helping the community, I'll give you a little bit of a discount. We'll say 10 gold.
Shit, that's more expensive than last time, I'm sure, but that's fine. Gone. Done.
Alright,
Thank you.
And thank you for giving back to the community. Speaking of which, what'd you guys think of the sermon?
Best one I've ever been to.
Yes, I can quite tell you're enthused by it.
Does that always happen? Somebody making a fuss and getting exported immediately?
It's a very rare occurrence, and during those very few times that happened, they're led back, and there was only one time where the person actually returned.
Somebody's returned. Okay.
But other than that, all the other times we don't see or hear from them. And when I asked, they said that they were asked to move out, find someplace else to live.
Bob is gonna nudge Corra or Onora and Takari and be like, we should give her back her knife.
So, what happened when you disappeared, Bob?
We're not talking about that yet. Give her back her knife.
Oh yeah, that's right. She'll give it back to her, but tell her that they couldn't find the blacksmith.
Oh,
Okay, bye. And she's gonna try to get everybody to leave.
Oh, well, I guess I'll have. Okay. And have a good rest of your day.
Gonna try to hustle them back to the inn so that she can tell them what happened.
The inn, okay.
So,
Hugbear will give each of you a pastry.
oh, honey, I'm busy.
Hugbear the Share Bear.
Hugbear the Share Bear.
Love it.
He is learning manners, you guys.
Sorry.
I mean, I have 10 more for myself.
You stand Hugbear.
Child of mine. Please. So once they're back in the room, she's gonna, like, she's very animated and freaked out. She's like, they're dead.
Who is dead?
The blacksmith and his brother that caused the scene, they're both dead.
But we just saw the one. They said they were just gonna have a talk.
So I kind of, and she's gonna like look over at Corra like she's gonna be in trouble. She's like, so I kind of snuck out of the church service while everybody wasn't paying attention to me because I'm little and I can. And I went and I saw the guys that took him, and then I followed their footsteps back off into the woods area and towards the edge of town, and I found their bodies and they're dead.
Well, sweetie, what have we said about going off on your own?
Yeah, but I wasn't kidnapped, and I'm fine, and I have no scratches, and I'm absolutely perfect. I'm good.
Are you absolutely 100% sure that you saw both the blacksmith and his brother dead?
Uh-huh.
That bitch lied to me.
Uh-huh.
Right to my face in front of all those people.
Like a bad thing.
The blacksmith looked like he had been pretty badly beat up with some very important sad. But I recognized the smell of his blood from when I was a mastiff, and then his brother that we saw that interrupted the church service was stabbed. They killed him.
So is anybody else opposed to guns blazing, murder, mayhem?
Havoc.
If we could, I would like to investigate the church, but seeing that it's very difficult to get into.
Well, I looked around before I left the church to go and follow the trail, and there wasn't really anything to it except for the big room.
Is there a storm cellar or anything on the church?
I didn't see one.
Where did you guys go to, like, when I wasn't here? You said something was being guarded by the church. Is there like a back door or like an entrance to downwards?
Oh, yeah, there was a back door, do you remember?
Yeah, there was a back door.
Do we know where that goes?
No, not yet.
We could go break in the back door after dark.
That's when you guys hear on your door.
I put my echo outside.
That's when you hear a familiar screech. That's where you hear a familiar voice go, "Cheat!" It's Ron Tom.
I open the door.
Alright, you see the kobold walks in. Is this
My echo
Oh
growls.
look, this strange dragon has appeared.
Anyway, look.
Not a dragon.
It was a joke from earlier.
So, did you guys get to see who you're going up against?
Tall.
Oh yeah. So that's why I wasn't really surprised when I saw the height of you.
Have you seen them fight before?
I've heard rumors that at one point she guzzled someone and then lifted them off the ground.
I've done that. Not too bad.
But anyway, just wanted to remind you that I've scheduled a meeting for you with Padre, the leader, the mayor of Pleoburg.
Yay. Everybody excited to go talk to the mayor. See why he's doing such a shit job.
Maybe let's phrase it a little bit differently, sweetie.
Hey, why are you fucking up?
We'll work on it.
What time's this meeting?
Yeah, you see, Rontom goes, you can meet with him at any point, just make sure it's... But I would suggest meeting him as soon as possible.
Onwards and upwards then?
I can lead you towards his place.
Y'all cool with that?
We can meet now if that helps.
Yeah. Onora, Corra. Well,
Although
We
we
can
should
do
probably
that.
not be in our Sunday best.
I just shake my foot.
It might help us more if we are.
Your hair just goes...
Because if he's the one who let them come into town and stay in town and the power in town like this, showing at least a little bit of respect for them might give us more information from him.
Alright.
Okay.
Y'all still have your armor, or are you just wearing your Sunday best?
My,
best.
my Sunday best has armor on top of it.
Okay.
I took my armor off.
I had to take my armor off too.
Okay. Okay.
let me just look up something here. Because I can't remember...
Bob's gonna take a thing from Corra and put her armor over her Sunday best.
Okay.
Just in case.
So I'll say it takes you guys about, you guys take about 10 minutes to take off your Sunday gown, you take off your church clothes, and put on your, more common adventuring gear.
No, Corra and I are still in our church clothes.
Yeah, I'm still
Takari's getting out of that dress.
Armor.
Okay, so if you two are staying, that'll say it takes about 7 minutes.
Woo! Time saving.
Nora keeps
when I
the
made
cloak
this
on.
dress, it was made so I could be protected and fight.
Okay.
Because
And look
Corra
nice.
has her priorities in order.
Alright, so you guys take a couple minutes to either stay in your gear or swap out your gear. And eventually you meet Rontom outside of the inn, where he says, "Well, follow me," and starts walking away from you guys.
I'm following.
Hi-oh.
Okay. Cora's gonna stealth,
Go ahead.
and she would like to keep
Uh-huh.
an eye on.
Describe to me how you're stealthing. Like, are you away from the group? Are you trying to hide amongst the crowd?
She's kind of just like wandering through the crowd while still following. I didn't mean to roll sleight of hand. 1 second. They're right next to each other.
Since it's the same bonus, I'll allow the 20.
Okay, thank you. and she's just kind of keeping an eye on everyone. You know?
Yep. Okay, so you blend in with the crowd. We blend in with the crowd good. No one suspects you of anything because they can't see
Good. Good. I enjoy not being seen.
But I would like whoever's I'd like people to make whoever wants to make a perception check. Whoever wants to.
Does passive percept work?
25.
If you're
natural
not
20.
If you're not actively looking, I'll give you passive perception.
Dirty 20.
Jesus. Okay.
How about that 27 though?
So only Hugbear and Onora notice this. That you guys have gotten used to seeing a red cloaks pass by now and then, but you see that there are one, maybe two red cloaks that are staying in proximity.
Either of them are 9 feet.
As in followed?
Yeah, they seem to be going in the same direction that you guys are.
Onora's gonna turn down the nearest alleyway.
All right, make a stealth check for me.
You sleight of handed.
That's sleight of hand. I'll allow the 16. Okay. You part away from the group, and Onora parts away from the group. And Onora, you don't think you've been caught. You don't think you were seen.
I just keep following Rom Tom.
I am going.
Mike.
I know. I had stopped. Is Corra within 120 feet of me theoretically?
Make a perception check, which you have to beat her stealth of 20.
I'm not trying to be completely invisible. I'm just trying to blend in.
And you are with that
Well,
beautiful 20.
And you are with a 20. So,
Okay.
Onora, you do not see. You can't see.
Okay, what?
Your mic went out again.
Rip. Okay, so even though I don't see her, I'm going to attempt to cast a message to her. And hope to God it reaches.
Who's God?
I
What
am
God?
Bitch, I am God.
What?
Alright. Okay, so what do you say in this message? Mike.
Muted.
Corra. Every damn time. Corra. It seems that we have a couple of trailers. I've slipped down an alleyway. I don't think I was followed. But keep your eyes out.
Corra, you do receive this message.
Corra is going to keep even more of an eye out, and she's going to slip away from hiding in the crowd, still stealthing, and kind of creep along like the edges of like buildings and stuff, like just kind of on the outskirts where she can run if need be. If that makes sense.
Okay.
Like she's not fully separating from everyone, but she's not like in the midst anymore.
Yeah. You separated yourself a little bit more from the group, so where you're like on. You're more dissociating yourself from the group, but you're trying to keep an eye on them and on the guy.
Yeah.
Okay. Okay, I'll say with after you got Onora's message, you took a look around and you do notice the one cloak figure that's sort of following your general direction.
She's going to try to get a little closer to him.
All right, and as you do so, you start to hear Arle's voice in your head from the training that you went off to while people were killing time, and Noflix saw you. You hear him saying, you can try, Burmer, you can kill even when you're in a crowd. Just make sure you move faster than the body can drop.
I wasn't gonna try to kill this man, however.
Alright. Roll an attack with advantage.
Oh god.
What are you attacking with?
I'm gonna use my hidden blade +1 with arm guard.
Roll an attack with advantage. Alright. It's an Alright, and because of your assassin feat you got that you from training, it's an auto crit. So roll the damage.
The gods, damn it.
Alright, so it's an auto crit, so you get roll another 5d6. So let's see, 7 plus 4.
51.
I would, yeah.
Oh, yeah, actually, roll me 2 more d4 to add to that, because I remember on a crit for a hidden blade, it's 4d4. Okay, so 7 plus 6 is 13, 17. You already killed him, but I want to add.
If Takari turned around,
57.
would she be able to see
Fuck!
Corra for a little bit?
What was that?
If Takari would turn around to a little bit, would she see Corra for a little bit?
Make a perception check.
$19?
19? You
just for a little bit, like a split second, so that way.
In that you don't see her in that split second, and you just Corra, you walk up behind him, you stab him along where it's like you give a pat on the back, but you extend a hidden blade, and it goes in the back area where the lung is, and you just that kill you felt kill him instantly.
And I'm gonna slip away.
All right, make a stealth check. Make a stealth check. Fucking Christ! And you disappear without a trace. Even
a fucking 33.
Christ!
Damn.
I was going to help you, but never mind.
But Takari, you do see at one point you do see the one figure that was catching up with you. You see he starts to slow down a little bit, and you see he just drops through his knees and falls face first.
She won't pay any attention to
Nope,
it.
nope.
Keep going.
Nothing to see here.
Nope, nothing. I saw nothing. He's just tired.
Do I remember you saying there are 2 of them, though? That Corra and I noticed.
There was one or two in them, but at that point, there was only one of them at that point.
Okay.
It seems that
in the crowd.
it seems that there probably were two of them, but maybe one of them drifted back.
Okay.
I'm taking a nap right here.
At this point, Onora's gonna slip quietly back towards like the back of the group.
All right. Okay. Make. Because you just reached the alley. I'll say you managed to do so, and you meet up with the rest of the group.
Can I roll another perception to see if I've noticed anything else since departing and
Go ahead.
reappearing?
Go ahead.
Meanwhile, Bob's just bopping along.
You don't see any other red cloaks following you, but you do see the one that did drop dead.
No, he's just.
I paid no mind to it.
Well, actually, you don't know if he's dead. You just see the one guy.
I see body on the floor. I paid no mind to it.
He's just tired.
He's just tired.
See, Corra, you're lucky he wore his red cloak.
It hides the blood.
Sometimes people just drop dead in town.
Just out of nowhere.
You know, not like you don't.
Like, there's blood, but like nothing attacked him, so I don't know what happened.
So, is the guy in the red cloak Deadpool?
Yes.
Oh, fuck. Alright. And so, eventually you guys are led, since you no longer... At this point, the rest of the trail, you're safe. You don't see anyone else following you. Or you eventually are led to a little more... You look to be a little more... You read to a house that looks a little bigger than Yellow's, but it looks more run down.
The mayor's house is run down?
Yeah, it appears to be the mayor's house.
Okay. Knockety knock knock, let me the fuck in.
Corra's staying hidden.
I don't even know if you can come out of hiding with that 33.
We never saw
Corra
her
just
again.
appears in this man's house when she wants.
You somehow with that natural 2033 managed to find yourself in the ethereal plane, and the gods in there are just like, oh shit.
I'm one of y'all now.
Well, we'll discuss this later. Come back at another time, and you just shoot off and back into the material plane. All right, so you're still hiding. Are you gonna follow them into the house, or what you gonna do?
Oh, I'm in the house with them.
Okay.
Let me in. Let me in.
Yep. Eventually, as it goes, Ramton stops you guys at the door and says, well, just a little bit of warning. He went through a horrible time. And I ask you to be patient with him and don't try to get on his bad side.
Would we ever get on anyone's bad side?
Ron Tom already starts knocking on the door and says, it's Ron Tom with guests. And he opens the door. He goes, I hope you haven't done anything regretful while I was gone. And then you hear a voice say, don't worry, I'm still alive.
I meant like wearing his pants. Okay.
And you're led to the what looks to be a kitchen. And you see this place is not very well kept. You see there's broken boards. You see there's cracks along the walls. Dust lurking in some places. And you guys are led to a kitchen area, and you see sitting on one of the chair. You see a figure sitting on one of the chairs. You see he looks up, and you see he has white hair, and you see behind the white hair, you see glowing yellow eyes. And he says, "Oh, hello, Tom, and who did you bring?" And then he says,
Bob.
and you hear Ronton say, "We have friends of the thieves." And you see he perks up and says, "There's more thieves?" Which who?
Taking a thing or two.
Who amongst you is part of our guild?
I think my friend Corra. Where the hell did she go?
I'm just gonna like materialize. Kind of. That'd be me. Like further in the house than anyone else.
You don't see her walk in. She just suddenly appears in the room.
God, my heart. Welcome back.
Missed you.
Oh, well. Then are you here? Then are you here to help us then?
Depends what your idea of help is.
To kill the bitch that calls herself the leader.
Is she about 9 feet tall? About yay.
Yeah, she's hard to miss.
That's what we say about this one too. And I point to Hugbear.
What she's done to this town, she's robbed it of money, she's robbed it of the people. She
just killed 2 more.
3 more. But I think she'll miss one more than the others.
Who was it? You see, Ron Tom says, it was the half-elf brothers, Ralph and Walt. And he just goes, fuck. Two of my strongest supporters. Gone.
I'm sure they're on to me then, because Walt was giving us the lay of the land and who to be weary of. The next day he was gone.
Oh, it was Ralph that you actually met.
Ralph?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, he was one of the he was ballsier than I was, but wasn't that smart. Sometimes his mouth would move first before his brain could think. Well, at least they were given the easy way out. And as you see, he pulls a cup up from under the table, and you see that he's holding it by the nubs on his arms. As you see, he has no hands and takes a sip from the cup.
They do that to you.
Puts the cup down. The one time I show disagreement with her, she has me in the church in front of everyone and cuts my hands off.
In front of everyone.
Whatever. I lost many supporters on that day. More people now follow her in fear and show less support for me.
Does she have a weakness?
I don't think the word weakness could be in her definition. She's powerful, she's strong, she's smart, she's evil.
She can be cut down to size.
And I really want to know who the fuck fed her.
Yeah. Must be eating all these pastries. I can't believe the town watched as you were dehanded. Is this town even worth saving?
Don't blame them. It's not their fault. They couldn't do anything. This was my doing. And I understood that nobody wanted to show support. They saw what would happen. And if I were in their position, I wouldn't want to be involved myself. But with your guys' help, we could possibly turn this around.
Do you happen to know what is the source of her power?
Well, you see he turns around and says, "Do you want to tell him?" And you see coming out from a back door that leads to a food storage room, walks in Emerald. And he says, "Well, as far as I was able to figure out, their source of power, they have a natural source of power, but they have something else coming along that way as well. They have some third-party source that's fueling them. Yeah, I can't figure out what."
We talking worship? We talking a god?
I would say it's godlike, yeah.
So if we burn down the church?
It won't... I don't think burning down a church would do anything. They could just rebuild it. Kill everyone in town and then move on.
I could do that too. Doesn't sound like the town is worth saving to me.
There are... And you see, the Azamar says, like I said, don't blame the people. But if we can show them courage, they will rise up. But I see that there are two ways how we can go about this. And you see he holds up one arm. One, we can do an investigation of sorts, trying to find evidence of their corruption, and then break into the church in a more formal manner. Raises his other nub. Or two, we try to gather people, we start a riot, and we charge in.
I have been known to just be a one-man riot.
You certainly look the part. You are, forgive me, the second biggest thing I've seen.
I'll be the only one left standing.
Perhaps you'll be the one that disarms her.
For you, absolutely.
What if we use your womanly wiles on her?
Me? Mine? Yeah, okay. I mean,
Onora,
surely she's been missing something to climb.
If we were to investigate, how would we get into the church?
Wow.
Locks are easy to open.
Well, you can try to find a key.
Why need a key when you have a Corra?
You could try
We
to.
have a key.
We have what you could call a master key.
Yeah.
I think just call you Skeleton Key at this point.
We have a key. We have a riot. What else do we need?
Probably information.
I don't know why. What do we need?
So what?
We already have all the knowledge of magic.
I know everything of magic. And we have a key to the basement.
I have a tiny dragon.
So are we investigating the church then tonight then?
We know they're corrupt. I don't know what we're investigating.
Maybe we'll find something useful. Probably against the order.
Maybe a weakness.
All I know is if we go into that church, 3 of you are without magic.
True.
Something else I noticed. When
I can't just keep getting them one by one. That'll take far too long.
When Lady Leodon walked into the room, the mark itself started burning slightly.
As you say that, you see Padre leans towards Emerald, says, "She's the one?" And Emerald shakes his head. And he goes, "So, you're the daughter of the last protector." This is great!
As I was told.
Onora? Care to explain?
She shoots a death glare to Emerald.
I've dealt with your arthritis up until now.
I can't believe you guys are still calling that.
You don't have a better name for it?
Not the point, Corra, not the point.
Protector of what?
So, you guys remember how I said I couldn't remember anything before I was 10?
Mm-hmm.
Well, she's she starts getting really awkward and fidgety and almost shy and she's like, well, come to find out, Hugh glares to Emerald, I started having dreams or visions or flashbacks, if you will. And I saw people I recognized, but I didn't. And then there was a horse, a horned horse, almost unicorn-like.
You saw the Chiron himself?
He's spoken to me a couple of times. Why? Why do you ask?
When you're I'm sorry to... So first off, I want to apologize for what happened to your parents. I was quite young when those events occurred, and I was quite disturbed, and at that point my father was the mayor, and hence I took his position. But
how old is he? 90 years old? Because that was 90 years ago. Well, no, it was 94 years ago that happened.
I'm 105, 106 years old.
I see. Anyway, you were saying?
And if, from the stories I remember him telling me, he said that, he was able to, he was able to, in his dreams, communicate. Your father said he was able to communicate to the Kyrim in his dreams. And the closer he was to him, the stronger the connection.
He did contact me when we first got here. He said he was near, or I'd gotten close. But he said that she...
Mike.
You muted yourself.
Muted.
I know, I was repeating, I have my notes.
Okay. I want to hear you, damn it.
He told me that I was close. And when I'd asked close to what, he said to himself. I'd asked him where, trying to understand and determine what was going on, because I'd passed out and blacked out, and there was darkness everywhere. And that's when I saw him. I saw his head down to his front torso, even down to his front hoofs. He was beautiful. Anyway, he said he was in town, and something or someone was stealing his power. I believe he said the rising star was stealing his power and he couldn't talk, and I tried to communicate, and he kept repeating, "Find her."
Well, there's your power source.
And then he mentioned something, if I can't find her, to follow a tiefling of some sort.
Well, first off, I had a fear that maybe that the Kyrin was being used as a source of their power, but I think he was talking about Lucis.
The head church guy.
I think you may have met him
At the sermon?
At Grey Tiefling?
Yes.
That's him.
And she'll turn back to Corra, and she's like, to answer your question, my father was the last protector of the Kyrin. He was an Asimir, and he was murdered by Lady Leodon. She tried to, I guess, eradicate my entire family and all the followers. And that's when, supposedly, she's the one who placed the mark upon me. And Emerald, she cues another glare, manages to escape with both of us, only after she had placed the mark. But yes, apparently my father was the protector, or something rather, dealing with the Kyrin.
I can help you fill in the information. During the war, as while the Kyrin was protecting Pleoburg, he had a champion, which was your grandfather, Onora. And then after he died, the power was passed on to your father as the chosen champion of the Kyrin. And theoretically, you were supposed to be next.
So is somebody else the protector now?
That's what Lady Leodon has claimed. She has claimed that position, and
I've seen him. He comes to me. It's almost haunting in a way. And she's like this pure look of confusion.
So we go to the tiefling, give him the axe, And then we go to the tall lady, give her the axe.
It might be a long shot. We might be able to convince the tiefling to help. I'm not convinced that he's not just scared of her as well.
So if we just go to the tall one and give him the axe, tiefling falls into line, where arthritis goes away.
Bob is gonna walk over to Emerald and like pull on his arm, try to get his attention.
Okay, Emerald looks down to you.
I think the people that have been brainwashed to be weird and strange normally in the town can be fixed, because I don't want to kill them if they don't have to.
I'm sorry, we need you to speak up a little bit.
Do you think the people of the town that have been go away, kitty, that have been brainwashed? Sorry, I couldn't see over her. I just sat her down. I didn't eat her. That have been brainwashed and come back weird can be fixed.
Possibly.
If possible, I don't want to kill a bunch of towns. Go away. I don't want to kill a bunch of townspeople that we could have saved.
Well. I guess.
Let me tell you how we just murdered like 1,000 people in Jesmium. Nameless parents, children.
We've killed at least one person here too.
Onora's gonna like side glance her, but just kind of shrug.
It happened.
It didn't occur to me to ask this until now. I can't help it.
And you see Emerald says, "What? You killed one?"
Yeah. One of the Rising Star people.
Where? Where did you kill him?
Like 10 minutes ago?
You see, Emerald looks towards Padre. Padre looks back at Emerald, and you see Emerald just takes off outside and starts running into town.
No one saw me.
No, it's not that he's worried about.
That's dead. Kind of.
We have had theories that along with our idea of the Chiron being used as the source of power, and if that's true, did you make it?
It's not easy to kill someone with using his power. He's not that strong.
But with the power of the Chiron, they could possibly bring him back to life.
And then you kill him again. Yeah. Especially in a weakened state, they can only bring so many people back.
That is a good point.
Eventually, Onora, you hear a message, you hear Emerald in your head say, "I don't see the body. I just see a blood stain and then footprints that walk away from that blood stain."
At the very least, no one saw me.
Her face grows very serious, and she kind of glances to Corra and shakes her head. And she kind of like mutters almost under her breath, stating, "The body's no longer there. His footprints." Emerald says he saw footprints walking away from it. Bloody footprints from a bloodstain.
Double check they're dead next time.
Maybe you didn't kill him and you just scratched him.
Corey, you for sure know that you absolutely killed him.
No. Yeah, there's no way that this man was alive when I was done. I guarantee it.
Well, next time we'll take the head.
I've killed a person or two in my time.
Yeah.
And so you see Padre goes, so now that you know what you're up against, how do you want to approach this?
Cautiously.
I'm gonna kick the front door in.
That's not cautious. Hugbear doesn't help anyone if you get yourself killed.
I'm gonna set the building on fire then.
Maybe there's a way to free the Kyrin. Get the Kyrin out of the city. Take away the power source.
Is
Is the Kyrin an actual being, or is it like an essence? Like, all I've seen is him in my dreams.
he is as real as my stubby arms. He is as real as his chair. I have seen him before. I saw him once.
I've seen him multiple occasions.
But I saw him in full form. He is real. And judging by how things are going now, he is captured and being used for his power. And somehow they have access to his power.
Church. It has to be the church.
Probably a basement or a hidden room.
The back door.
Well, I would suggest trying to dispel whatever ward they have in that place, because I have seen members of their cult cast spells in there, simple cantrips. And yet Emerald has told me that today he tried to cast something and he couldn't do it.
I tried to cast message to Bob earlier and it didn't work.
So they must have some form of glyph inside that prevents everyone that's not a member, that prevents them from casting anything.
Well, if you can get me near the church, I might have a way to dispel it.
We can. Well, it's up to you. Do you want to try tonight, or would you rather wait till tomorrow?
What do you guys think?
I say we just burn down the church. Don't have to deal with a glyph if the whole church is on fire. Don't have to worry about the townfolk if their big old symbol in the sky is gone.
The question is, what is that symbol? What's creating it? Where is that ward? Is it a spell? Is it a magical item?
It's a simple glyph, and the only way to destroy it is by finding it, and the only way to dispel it is not with magic, but you have to scrape part of
destroy the seal.
Yes, you have to destroy the seal.
Oh, where's the
When a
seal?
building crumbles.
What if it's not in the building?
Well, then why are we searching the building?
We don't know.
Yeah,
That's our issue.
We solve the
Hugbear.
problem by removing the church.
So do you plan on destroying every building in the city?
I highly suggest we do not destroy the church. As much as easy as it is to possibly have a bigger chance of destroying the glyph without going into the church, we're still going to need the church after we get rid of them.
I know about 4 provinces on this island that can help you rebuild a church. Once we've torn it down.
If you're unable to find the glyph, then I give you permission to burn the church. But only the inside. Don't try to destroy the structure itself. Because it'll be
How are we getting into the church?
We'll go kick fucking door in. I don't know why there's so much.
Either try to sneak in. You could try to sneak in, or yeah, that's up to you guys.
When I was all stealthy, I investigated the church, didn't I?
No, you said you went to the back and hanged out.
Yeah, but while I was going to the back, I was looking around trying to find like other exits and stuff.
Okay.
Other rooms and shit.
You see that there was 2 doors in the back. But remember, make a history check for me.
Okay. I will do all the checks if I need to remember things.
Damn. You remember that one of the doors is the same door that was being guarded?
It would have been on the same side of the building.
Yeah.
Roughly where we were outside.
And then the other door, maybe it's the same thing where it's at least the outside world.
It's
But
a whole new world.
I don't remember seeing a glyph anywhere on the wall or on the floor or anything. Right?
You don't recall seeing any weird symbols.
I was just trying to help. Alright, just wondering. Back to planning, I guess.
So I guess we could do it tonight while in the cover of darkness.
Please God, let's do something.
Well, it's still about it's about afternoon, so I would suggest waiting until post sunset.
Right. But like I said, let's do it at the cover of darkness. That way we have a better chance of possibly getting away.
When we were in the church, it was just one giant chamber.
That's the whole building right there.
What if we go back and I say I forgot to throw money in your cup, and we just take a look around?
You can try. If that somehow works, I owe you a casket.
I'll walk in, say, hey, I forgot to drop this 57 gold in your cup. They're going to invite me in. And I say, hey, there's a fucking glyph. Pew! I shoot the glyph. We burn the bitch to the ground.
Like I said, I would say you would. I said you would burn the church ground if you didn't find the glyph. So, but either way, if you want to try to persuade your way in, you can try. Because as you can see, I can't really do anything. I can go around, gather the people, and stir the courage in their hearts with Emerald's help, but that's all I can do.
Money opens doors too. I'd say we just go do that.
You can most certainly try.
Anyone?
Well, honestly, we don't have any other plan.
The longer we sit here, the more people they just murder indiscriminately.
Although, since they've been in power for 90 plus years. I can only imagine how many people they've actually killed. And you could just see like dread and just like an antsy, almost anguish cross her face.
And I recommend that, especially for Onora, since it's just to make sure, just to presume that you were followed, and probably just in case it somehow retains the information, I ask that you all stay here. If you're not going to go anywhere, stay here, especially Onora.
Well, I don't want to be split from my party.
We do have a rule against wandering off alone.
But he managed to
almost die.
What are we voting about?
You're talking about me.
Well, I was not the one who got kidnapped.
I'd like to see them try to kidnap me.
I would cackle.
All they have to do is lure you with food.
Is that really a kidnapping? If it's willing?
It's a bear napping.
Don't get into any unmarked wagons. Windowless wagons.
What if they have giant pancake signs on the side? Free pancakes for all Hugbears.
So
yeah, candy from strangers.
So really can't be stopped then.
Am I sensing a plan that Hugbear, that's your name?
Yeah.
That Hugbear is going to try to persuade himself in, and if he can't, then later tonight some of you lot are gonna try to sneak in at night.
Yeah.
We don't have any other plan.
Right. Well, I guess that's.
I'm just concerned about being caught. There was just something off about her in the chapel earlier.
That's why I suggested that maybe you should stay in sight, stay out of sight.
And she's gonna kind of like, as awkward as it kind of is between them, she's gonna kind of glance to Corra from their little awkward bond of semi-friendship of I don't know what the hell we are. we coexist. She's gonna kind of like glance at her, kind of like give her the look of like, what's your opinion on this?
I'm not sure. We're gonna do what we gotta do.
I mean, I agree with that. I'm not gonna lie, this terrifies me. Yeah. I don't know what's gonna happen. I don't know.
I don't know either.
And I don't know what would happen if Lady Leodon, or even if that is her real name. I don't know what would happen if she were to get her hands on me. And that terrifies me.
Pop's gonna walk over to Onora and put her hand on her shoulder and be like, "We'll keep you safe."
I sure hope so. It's not like I would go down with a fight either, but she's powerful. If she took out someone like supposedly who my father was, that's terrifying. Are we enough? Will we be enough
Yeah, we've faced hardships, overcome many trials, and honestly conquered many cities we probably could have taken over ourselves. But are we enough for this?
I mean, can we say no and just move on? Can we just leave them? Because if we did, we could just stop and just like there's other places we could take over, or we could just go face this head on, like we always do.
Yes, but this is the root cause of the entire thing that Arle wanted us to do anyway. We
Yes.
have to do it.
Plus, might get rid of her curse. No more wear arthritis.
We just go back and we're like, hey, this one's too tough. Send us somewhere else.
Then there would be a big issue at hand if we
We're
do
just
that.
5 dudes.
Huh?
We're just 5 dudes. You can't expect us to fix everything.
5 dudes that took over pretty much 95% of the continent already.
I think we can do it.
Yeah. Sitting here scared ain't my style.
You see,
Me and Hugbear can handle it.
Padro speaks up and says, just so you guys know, for the first time in a very long time, I am starting to feel hope with you lot. I have full confidence, especially since we have since we have the should-be champion with us. I feel that the tide is on our side now. So, I suggest whatever you do it quickly before
we have a plan, and I guess and she's gonna look to everyone and she's gonna be like, well, I guess we know what to do next.
Yeah.
Alright.
You fight hard. Like we always do.
And Pacho says, good luck. And you guys are dismissed, and you guys leave the building hoping to getting the plan in motion. And this is where we're going to end tonight's session.